Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We are here at Rock and Reilly's in USC for the LAFC official watch party.
Presented by Heineken.
There we go. We've got that down to a T.
Good
Welcome in. It's LAFC away days.
LAFC away days. LAFC takes on Nashville. First time we get to see our old friend Walker Zimmerman. There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about. But we're here, and this is like a virtual watch party in a way.
Right. So we're here at Rock and Reilly's here at USC Village, and we're going to treat it as such. So it's like you're hanging out with your buddies at a bar, at a restaurant, and we're just going to talk through the game because you should be watching it on KCOP 13 or Estrella with either Max Pretos or Francisco Equis.
Yes.
And then we're just kind of your buddies to fill in some fun. We'll have some trivia. We'll have some games. The street team is here handing out prizes. So if you are anywhere nearby Rock and Reilly's at USC, come on down. You can still win. Actually, there's some cool prizes. Will you tell them what the prizes are for the street team?
Okay, so the street team, we have 5 prizes today. 2 LAFC dad hats.
Strong.
2 LAFC snapbacks. And the holy grail of LAFC prizes. A signed Carlos Vela jersey. Yes.
Big prize.
That is right. It's a very big prize. And I will say, if you are not here and you are close, I would come just to get a raffle ticket to try to win a signed Carlos.
Yeah, I think Carlos Vela's signed jersey is worth possibly getting in your car right this moment.
Right this moment.
Because it's going to happen at halftime. So as long as you come here and you get your ticket before halftime,
yes.
And our very own Connor Kloppus will be drawing that. So maybe if you could just pat him on the head and get some luck.
Pat me on the head for good luck?
I don't know. What else would you do?
But as Vince alluded to, this isn't your play-by-play broadcast of the game. This is, hey, we're your friends. We're going to hang out, have some fun, talk about the game. A little bit from me, from a biased perspective.
Yeah, fully biased from you. I'll give you a little bit of analysis, but I'm definitely on the black and gold side.
Oh, yeah. And it's just a really good time. How you guys feeling? Get in the chat. Get at us in the chat. We're live on LAFC's YouTube channel and 110 Football's. Let's look at the street team and merchandise right now. So we have a camera on it. Oh, there we go. We have spinning wheel. You don't get the spinning.
Yeah, sign
Ah, fuck that. Phone wallet.
We don't have it, but you can get
Oh, yeah, got it. Oh, what?
Small, but with the better chance at halftime to win the big prize.
Yes, and I think we're also selling some 110 football merchandise.
There is 110 football merchandise also for sale. To get those 110 football hats that you've been seeing on the likes of Chicho Arango, Ilya Sanchez, who else is born?
Yeah, that 110 football merch.
There you go.
So I'm very excited. We have a lot to talk about. I'm just going to state the obvious. As an LAFC fan, from an LAFC fan's point of view, Chiellini and Bale are possibly going to play today.
They are. We're going to a little foreshadowing to the starting 11 coming up very soon.
Very soon, but I'm just giddy thinking about it. Like there's so many times this season in which we've had a lot of stuff to cheer about, to talk about, and throughout LAFC's history, a lot of very good moments. This is just one of those sweet, sweet moments where I'm going to be sitting here starry-eyed looking at the TV, watching Chiellini step onto the field, watching Bale step on the field for LAFC.
Every bit away along the process, I've had to be like, is this still real? We announced it. He does the hat tilt. I'm like, okay, but when's he going to be here? Then he's actually here for the Galaxy game, press conference. And I'm like, okay, but when is he going to train? Then I'm at training. He's actually out there training. Yeah. He goes through, he has a birthday, goes through the punishing birthday tunnel with an angry,
easy on him.
Yeah, with an angry Latif Blessing waiting at the end. Why is Latif got to go so hard?
I don't know. He just likes taking his anger out on his fellow teammates.
But then you open up the KCOP broadcast, and they have live looks into the guys running around the pitch, getting warmed up, and you see Gareth Bale, you see Giorgio Chiellini getting warmed up, and you're like, it's sure it's happening now.
It's surreal.
I still don't believe it.
I won't believe it until the game starts and the players are on the field.
Right.
So while we're waiting for kickoff, shall we talk about a starting lineup of sorts?
I think people want to know the starting lineup.
Well, we said Chiellini and Bale could possibly be making their debuts, so let's check it out. The LAFC starting lineup versus Nashville. We have Maxime Crépeau in goal, Escobar on the right, Murillo, and Giorgio Chiellini.
There he is.
The center back.
So we know one for sure.
Ryan Hollingshead as left back, Sifu with his new number, Sanchez and Acosta in the midfield, and up front we have Apoku, Arango, and Carlos Vela, El Capitan.
Strong away lineup.
Very strong away lineup. This could be considered one of our strongest lineups right now.
It's definitely the first choice midfield. Yep. Like we've been saying early in the season when we were kind of a little worried about them. We were like, are they going to be okay? But you know what? They didn't get to spend a ton of time, those three together. And now they're really starting to mesh together. I think the Galaxy game was a good experience for them, and they'll use that going forward. Up front, you'd like to see Brian. We've talked about how he's had this stop-start season. But obviously, Mahala has 4 goals this season.
Good. Mahala's been good. 4 goals and I believe 1 assist.
Mm-hmm. 4 goals, 1 assist. And then when you lose a guy, an all-star, by the way, one of our 3 all-stars, including Elias Sanchez and Carlos Vela, but you lose an all-star in Chiqui Palacios because he's out due to yellow card accumulation. You have Ryan Hollingshead to bring in and Franco Escobar on the other side.
I mean, that's the depth we've been talking about year in, year out, and we finally have it. And again, like I said, Giorgio Chiellini at center back. So he is for sure making his debut for LAFC today. I can say that for certainty.
And Sebastian Ibiaga and Jesus David-Murillo have been very good since that little break we had.
They've been great.
Yeah.
They've been great. I actually said on LAFC 360 last Monday, that Ibiaga may have been performing as our best center backs in matches over the span of 5 games.
The way he bottled up Chicharito was an impressive sight.
Yep.
And he deserves all the credit for it because, again, he came into this season, he played a lot towards the back end of last year, thought, okay, I've really put my time in. Maybe I'll have an opportunity to win a starting spot. And then you see center back after center back getting put on the team.
Wow.
Then Giorgio Chiellini gets out of the team. But it's right for him. He was peaking at the right time because Giorgio Chiellini comes on. He's not quite ready. Obviously, he's not allowed to play until that Galaxy game. But Sebastian Ibiaga is having his best games at the best possible moment for LAFC.
Yes, but again, it's Giorgio Chiellini. It's hard to say no to that Italian superstar. I also mentioned it while we were reading through the starting lineup. Jose Cifuentes with his brand new number 20. First player with number 20 since certain Eduard Atuesta.
I saw him at training, and I said, "Can we call you El Profe now?" And he said, "No." No. So he understands.
That's only Eduard.
He understands what that number means, and for him, he kind of looked at me like, "Is it a cool number?" Though I go, "Yeah, 20 is a cool number." I think
everyone loves 20.
Yeah, I think when you move on from 11, which obviously is a cool number, and that's why Gareth Bale wants to wear it, you wonder like, well, am I going to end up wearing like 37 or something totally random? So luckily, there was a good number for him to switch to, and from what I heard, Gareth made a very nice gesture and gave him a very nice gift for allowing Gareth to switch. A very nice
gift. Interesting.
Yeah, an expensive gift.
An expensive gift. Well, I will say, Jose Cifuentes, I remember when, I think it was our 3rd season, Pancho and Sifu joined the team, and they got numbers 11 and 8. Very odd numbers for 2 new players coming in, especially at the position Sifu was in. An 11 for an attacking mid. Anyway, that'll be the last of that.
Speaking of Pancho Janela, rumors are, and it looks like they're confirmed, just not from LAFC side, because Pancho himself is sending it out on Instagram. Yep. He will be joining Nacional from Uruguay. It sounds like a 1-year loan. So that number 8 will be vacant again.
It will be, but good for Pancho.
Good for Pancho. Yeah, he needs playing time. He's young, and good for him. He gets to go back home and do it in a location and in an area of the world where he's very comfortable. And hopefully that raises his game. And then who knows? He could be back.
He could be back. This doesn't mean that he's going to be gone. This is just a 1-year loan. Anyway, if you are just joining us here, we are at Rock and Reilly's in USC for the official LAFC watch party. Take a look. Look at the crowd. It's getting packed here. LAFC versus Nashville.
And as always, it's presented by Heineken. And again, you guys can join us. We still got, let's say, a little less than 10-ish minutes to kick off.
Yep.
But as long as you are here and you receive a raffle ticket, you have a chance to win a Carlos Vela signed kit. And they do this at every single watch party. So you guys can't come to us and go like, oh, wow, I didn't know they do this. No, man. We've been telling you about this. We've been doing this simulcasting on LAFC's YouTube channel, our 110 Football YouTube channel. Now, this is our 3rd match, right?
It's our 3rd match.
First one was here.
Yeah, first, and then we went to King
of Wings in Lawndale. Now we're back here, and then I believe next week we'll be going to Tacos Way in Canoga Park.
Well, look, I kind of feel pressure because I'm going to be the one handing out and reading the raffle tickets and picking the winner. I feel pressure doing that because it's a Carlos Vela signed jersey.
Right.
Those are in very high.
There's going to be a lot of daggers coming at you that when their ticket, if their ticket's one number off.
I know. So now that we, like you said, are getting closer and closer to kickoff, we like doing predictions here.
I hate doing predictions.
Why?
I'm not. Because I get really stressed out about it. I feel like people think that like my prediction's supposed to be good. I'm winging it.
Yeah, I like predictions. Winging predictions is the best way to do it because there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
Most of the games that you would think are very straightforward in one way go completely off the deep end.
Right. I've been right a couple of times, but literally, I was winging it. I was totally winging it.
Most of the time, I will say I'll make my prediction and I'll kind of like not forget what I predicted, and I won't even think about my predictions after the game ended. So I'm gonna actually try to actively think about what my prediction was, and at the end of the game revisit.
Well, like all good predictions, I like to couple it with like a lot of facts or a lot of info about the game that makes me look good. So you talk about Nashville and you talk about a team that wants to play structured defensively, wants to play on the counter. So for them, they're looking for one or two high-quality opportunities off the counter as opposed to just shots. Whereas LFC is the opposite, right?
Yep.
They're looking for shots. They're looking to control the game. For me, that signifies a tighter game.
Sure.
I don't think that game – like if LFC scores early, maybe the game gets a little loose.
Yep.
But LFC doesn't score early a lot.
Not since recently.
Okay, so now you're blowing my prediction. You know what I'm going to go with, and this is a wild prediction, 1-0 LAFC.
1-0. That's an odd. Like usually the games are just.
Have we had a 1-0 this season? I don't think so.
I'm not sure, but to your point, like we always tend to score a lot of goals, concede a lot sometimes as well. So that's an interesting prediction. I disagree. I think we get a goal early and the floodgates open, right?
Okay.
And the game opens up and a lot of goals. I'll agree with Thickety Wickets in saying a
3-1.
I think Hani Mukhtar scores for Nashville.
He's their leading scorer. Scored last match.
The first two goals for LAFC, I don't know who, but I will say Bale is going to come off the bench and is going to score on his debut for LAFC.
Ooh, let's add a secondary level to this. Bale predictions. Yep. When does Bale come into the game? 4-1 to LAFC. Bale to score an MLS debut, and Keeley need to do very well. I would like that. I think Bale comes in.
What's going to happen is Mahala, 67th minute.
Okay.
67th minute. He's going to pick up a knock. It's not going to be a bad injury, but one that'll have to take him out of the game. Mm-hmm. Bale's going to come in.
Okay, I think Bale comes in at the 72nd.
Okay. It's like 5 minutes after mine.
Hey, but that 5 minutes is all the difference.
Come on, man. What are we doing here? Taking a look at the Nashville starting lineup.
Yeah, if you're watching on KCOP 13, which you should be, they're now putting up the Nashville starting lineup, and it's
not bad.
That is their general lineup. I would say the only thing that is different is Anunga has been in or out. McCarty's obviously kind of their focal point defensively. No Sean Davis. I'm actually very interested in that.
Yeah. What's their availability report look like?
I think only Godoy was out, really. That is of consequence to them. But Liao, Mukhtar, Sapong is their guys. Oh, and it's the dude from Lit. I don't know his name. I think
he's got the Chavo beard.
I think it's AJ. Fun fact: used to own a bar, maybe still does, in Fullerton called Slide Bar that young Vince LaRosa would frequent when he turned 21.
My guy.
There you go.
I'll have to visit on my 21st birthday.
Yeah, it's a ways to go. But we're kicking off. And again, you should be watching on KCOP 13. We are simulcasting on LAFC's YouTube channel and Once in Football's YouTube channel, and we will not be doing play-by-play. That's Max Bredos and Heath Pierce's job.
But listen to both of us if you can.
Yeah.
If you like play-by-play more.
If you like four voices talking to you at once.
I just want to tell you, Vince, Giorgio Chiellini has officially made his debut for LAFC.
I know, he officially has already gotten a touch of the ball.
How do you feel as an Italian?
Are
you crying? He's crying, guys.
So I'm going to share this with you guys watching with us. It's not like it's being blasted all over the world. I'm nervous because I feel like as an Italian, for some reason, his performance shows on me as if it matters.
No, it's because you've been talking him up.
I'm curious. Do you guys get that way when like your fellow countryman comes in from where you're from and you want them to do well? Does it weigh on you where you feel like somehow it represents you?
I remember actually way back when Raheem Edwards joined LAFC. I was talking him up like he was the next best thing.
Right.
Just because I had to as a Canadian, right?
So, but that's your way of going about it. See, I underplay it and be like, yeah, he could be good. It doesn't, he'll do some things.
I don't know. He's touched the ball. I don't know. It's surreal.
Wait.
But no, I overhype them and then feel the pressure of when they don't.
So you almost put it on yourself.
Yeah, and that's all me, guys. I will say, Walker Zimmerman, this is his first time playing against LAFC since leaving the club.
Traded in 2020. Fun fact, he's been gone for so long that he actually has played more for Nashville than LAFC.
Isn't that, guys, think about that.
So that feels weird.
We always talk about Walker Zimmerman as if he's a legend of a team. Look, say what you want about how much of a mark he left on LAFC, but as Vince said, he's played more for Nashville than he did LAFC at this point.
I think a lot of those guys that started in 2018 and then played through the 2019 season, which obviously was incredible, have to kind of go down as legends because they got you off the ground.
Of course.
If we would have had a horrible 2018, there's no chance for 2019, and then who knows where we are in 2022.
No, those guys set the foundation for what this super club would be. I like thinking that Walker Zimmerman set the foundation for Giorgio Chiellini to join the team.
The two very different players.
Giorgio following in the footsteps of Walker Zimmerman.
Never say that again.
Well, this is a little bit silly, but a fun fact, Walker Zimmerman and Gareth Bale both have the same haircut.
The man buns.
Man bun.
We were talking with Ken, who does cameras for us off, and he was saying, should LAFC market like a man bun that you can put on?
No, what you need is a shirt with a silhouette of a man bun, right?
Oh, strong.
That's better than
okay.
like a...
I like it. Oh, Gary Smith with the warm-up slip. Looks like a trainer. It's Nashville. It must be pretty humid and kind of sticky there. And again, if you guys were wondering if we were going to do play-by-play, we've now made it through 3 minutes without really talking about the game.
We didn't even say a single thing about the game. Besides, oh my God, Giorgio touched the ball.
Yeah. Giorgio's going to be on the ball a lot because he actually is very good in build-up. I know a lot of people look at him and they see a big, strong central defender and they think, oh, he just wins headers, but he's a pretty good passer with his left foot.
Great link-up play between Carlos and Sifu.
These are the moments they want to find. We're Nashville's just a little bit unsettled, but now the cat and mouse game goes because now they have the chance to counter. But
Giorgio cleans it up.
Giorgio cleans it up. More of that.
No, but LAFC majority of the possession, 4 minutes in. I would say feeling much more comfortable than most games. They look comfortable in possession right now. Yeah. Where a lot of the times, Nashville isn't pressing all that much, but a lot of the times, Mahala's on the floor.
Mahala on the floor.
Hand to face.
I'm going to guess he tried to make a run and slammed right into a defender.
Yeah, that's the price of being fast, eh? Yeah. Poor thing. Steve Cherundolo cameo.
There's Steve. A nice Lacoste shirt. Yeah, if you know us, we love to critique managers or head coaches' fashion on game day.
It's what's that brand again?
Lacoste. With
a T-E.
With alligator.
Got it.
You like the alligator?
Isn't that the Florida State?
Florida. Florida is the Gators. Florida State are the Seminoles.
Oh wait, then it's just Florida?
University of Florida Gators, yes.
I'm glad we're talking about it.
Yeah.
You thinking about
going to either of those schools or just?
Oh no, I don't want to step foot in Florida.
Fair.
Like ever.
Fair.
So you guys in the chat, get at us. Where are you guys? What are you eating? What's your go-to watch party?
What are we gonna have?
I don't know. Last time we had the fish.
We had the fish and chips, which was great.
Which were like massive.
Massive. It was very good. I want to change it up this time. Are you a restaurant guy that eats the same thing at restaurants every time you go there?
No, it's very dependent on how I'm feeling. If I just want something comfortable, then of course I'll get what I usually get. But I like to expand my palate.
I am adamant about getting stuff different. Like I almost go out of my way to not get the same thing, even though I know I like it.
I like most foods. I just really don't like when I'm very, very hungry and I get something and I don't really like it. You know what I mean? Whereas if I'm really hungry, I'll play it safe and just get something I have before. Anyway, you're welcome for sharing that to you guys. I know that was the question everyone was asking.
But come out to Rock and Reilly's. There's great food, great beer. I mean, the atmosphere is really good. They opened up the second room, so
they did.
And I'll say this: somebody had asked me. It was in my Twitter DMs. Brian had said he'd gone to some watch parties before, and there wasn't really it was only on 1 or 2 screens.
Yeah.
When you come to the official watch parties, presented by Heineken, by the way, it's on almost every single screen in the bar, as well as the audio is on in the bar.
And mostly everyone is here to watch LAFC. Too.
Right.
It's a very communal experience. I will say, for you guys at home, Boyle for the first shot of the game. Great post save.
Yeah, mark that off your bingo. Uh-oh. That's where you got to be. The center back's got to be sharp there. So as Giorgio goes.
Ross from England. Early hours of the morning.
Must be very good.
Thank you for joining us, Ross.
I'm guessing, Ross, you are joining because for a lot of reason, a lot of people are joining you.
For us.
And then for Gareth Bale.
Also for Gareth
Thank you, Ross, for joining. And hopefully we can keep you awake through this match. And we will definitely let you know as many Gareth Bale sightings as we have until he comes into the match.
So if you guys are watching along with us, I'm just going to start reading out the time code that's on the screen, just so you guys know where we are, if there's maybe a little bit of delay before or after. We're currently at 7:20 seconds right now.
There you go. Oh.
So.
All right. A little nervy, but they're still finding ways to build. Take that foul. Yep. See, nice when you're a little nervy out the back and you can just win a foul.
Yeah. Slow down the game, reset. Eric Miller.
I was going through their lineup and just like seeing who's been playing a lot. And Eric Miller has been playing a lot, and I was like, LAFC should trounce this
Franco.
team.
Wow.
Like just pound for pound, talent for talent. Like Nashville is a well-coached team. They have some very talented players. Hani Mukhtar is a perennial MVP candidate. CJ Sapong is a very good forward, especially when you're playing on the counter. But like, we should beat.
We should beat them. But they have I think Nashville is the perfect example of like MLS quality players.
Yeah,
right?
good MLS build. Got a lot of guys that know the league, but like besides Hani Mukhtar, who from Nashville makes it into our team?
Yeah, good question.
Like really?
I wouldn't even say Leal makes it into the team.
Maybe Leal from Mahala, maybe.
Yeah. Well, but that's assuming that we don't have Gareth Bale.
Right.
I rate Lovitz, though.
Why?
I think he's been good. He's stood the test of time.
Okay.
Every MLS team that he's played for in recent history, he's started for.
Mm-hmm. Left backs are hard to find.
Yeah.
Like good quality left backs are hard to find, which is why
he made a couple appearances for the national team. Didn't last too long, but
no, but he got a sniff. I mean, that's why Cheeky is such a. It's so good for him to come along because they had high hopes for him, and he's even said, "Hey, it took me some time to settle in. Then obviously the pandemic happens, but this year he really feels comfortable." And so when you finally got those positions locked down, and then you have the depth of Hollingshead and Escobar,
so you're not just relying on Cheeky.
Right, but he has been all-star level. I mean, consistently one of the top 3 players for LAFC the entire season,
100%.
which of course goes to show he's one of the 3 all-stars.
So we're almost 10 minutes into the match. If you guys are joining us right now at the watch party, we are here at Rock and Reilly's in USC for the official LAFC watch party.
Presented by Heineken.
There you go. And it's great. If you're close in the area, come by, stop by. But if you're watching at home, join us. Do you want to explain a little bit what we do here, Vince?
Yeah, I'll explain what we just got handed the menu.
Look at that. A Rock and Reilly's menu.
By the way, this is a proper pub. Like just the ambiance, the scenery, everything. Proper pub food, which is what Connor's looking at. But I'm supposed to explain what we're doing here. We are simulcast on LAFC's YouTube channel as well as 110 Football's YouTube channel. And we are your buddies. You're just sitting with us. You have a chance to shoot us some comments in the chat. We'll talk back and forth with you in the chat. And like we're just watching this game through black and gold colored glasses with you, while Max Bredos and Heath Pierce do the play-by-play on KCOP 13.
I want black and gold colored glasses.
You should get some, like some black and gold hearts.
I like.
That's a merch idea that LAFC can have.
So shall we look at this menu?
Last time we had fish and chips, and I kid you not,
they were like this big.
It was the size of my microphone.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You know what? Can I
go for it?
I perused the menu before even showing up. That's how excited I was.
Of course you were. Of course you did.
And maybe Ross can speak to this because he's in England. They have a shepherd's pie. I'm going with shepherd's pie.
Wow. Okay. Bold.
When shepherd's pie is good, it's one of the best things, just like fish and chips.
Now I don't want to get what you're getting.
Yeah, no, don't.
That's weird.
I will also say shepherd's pie is the preferred pre-concert meal of my favorite guitarist and musician of all time, Keith Richards.
Ooh.
Looks like they had it covered.
Had it covered.
But that's the counterattack. That's what you got to look out for.
But you can let Nashville counter as long as you keep it covered. And I think, all things considered, did a pretty good job.
So
Giorgio
you're 2v1 here. Giorgio goes 1v1. Maybe gives him a little bit too much space, but at that time you have 4 guys back in the box.
Yeah, my only note would be Murillo has to get a little closer to Sapong there.
Yeah, a little tighter.
Especially as he's drifting away from Giorgio and Hani. You know what? One thing I find funny is when commentators or ourselves will mention players as if, like, by their first names, right? As if everyone knows their first names.
Right.
I kind of tend to do that just because I know.
Early yellow card. Okay, I think that was Murillo with an early yellow.
So for you guys in the chat, I'm contemplating what
Connor's
I should
meal.
get. Do you guys want to pick my meal?
Okay, give him a couple options?
See, but I'm debating do I want a sandwich?
Uh-huh.
But it would be weird on camera, and you know that
That's
I find
true.
it weird, even though, like, you guys have told me, just go for it.
They do have the Impossible Burger, which I know is a favorite of yours. It's a little inside joke. Connor is a very heavily carnivore.
Yes, only because of my age, and I'm making the most of my calorie intake while I can.
Fair.
Right?
I can't fault you for that.
Why eat Impossible Burgers
It's a strong strategy.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you guys agree? Fries. Okay,
Fries
so I could get a Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
That sounds good.
We're playing against Nashville.
Oh, so like you can eat. So you demolish
the
them.
other team.
You demolish them. That's not a bad idea. Okay, so that's one thing on offer.
So Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
Okay.
That sounds actually really good right now.
It does sound good.
Get a slice of pizza.
Okay.
Well, I'll give you guys one more option. Slice of pizza, Nashville hot chicken sandwich, or sweet and sour calamari.
Oh no, I might have been looking at the wrong menu. They don't have shepherd's pie. Now I'm gonna have to actually make a decision.
See? Amateur mistake. What did you go on? Yelp?
Get that sandwich.
All right, I'll do the Nashville hot chicken sandwich for you guys.
You should. Oh man. Now I've been throwing my whole day is just
Yep. No, your whole day is ruined now. One cool fact about LAFC, this is a brand new stadium for Nashville. I don't know exactly how many games Nashville has played, but it's one of their first. And it's great. I'm a big fan of MLS and growing.
It's a big stadium too, like 30,000
for soccer specific. And I know not a lot of people like the term soccer specific stadiums, but this is, again, very huge. Not only is it a brand new stadium, 30,000, it's a state-of-the-art stadium. You don't see new stadiums being built and be like crappy, right?
Right.
And I love it. I love it for the sport. And if you want the sport to grow, you want to see this beautiful
The kitty wicket says Parmesan truffle fries.
Ooh.
Oh.
Probably similar here. Oh my God.
I think I'm gonna go with the kitchen burger.
The kitchen burger?
Yeah. So we
Hex is just in love with some of the food. I feel like Hex is hungry. Hex has been in the chat talking about the food.
Well, hey, if you're anywhere close to USC Village, come on down to Rock and Reilly's. There's still plenty of time to get your raffle ticket to win that Carlos Vela jersey at halftime.
On the corner of the stadium, is that where press sits? What is that? I'm still confused. I mean, I'm not asking you to know the answer. I'm just saying Nashville has this weird corner in the stadium where it's all blue and there's only a couple seats.
Yeah, of all the spots, because it looks packed, and then that spot looks very empty, which is very weird. Maybe that is where press sits. Yeah. Kind of open to the elements.
Why are you treating them with such good seats? I love press, but you don't have to give.
You know,
I feel like some of those seats might be in high demand.
It's in the corner though, and they're outside. Press would say they'd probably rather be inside, away from the elements,
and at a higher viewpoint of the match. 16 minutes in currently, no breakthrough for either team. I wouldn't say it's been a bad start for either team. Nashville has had, I'd say, two not clear-cut chances, but 2 good chances on the counter. And LAFC's been controlling. No
LAFC's been
goal-scoring chances yet.
They've been cautious, very cautious, very measured in their build. There was one moment where they were able to unbalance them a little bit and got a little bit of an inkling of a chance. But yes, so far, Nashville has kind of played themselves back into this game. So we'll see kind of how LAFC now starts to settle with that in mind.
Well, I will say one thing that is odd. We're talking that.
Oh, there you go. Still have not seen that curler from Carlos yet. It's been blocked more times than not this year.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're in this league for 5 years, right?
Right. Everyone
Teams
knows.
crack the code. There was a reason why he banged in like 10 left-footed curlers from outside the box.
Right, and then he went in that first game against Colorado and did it, and everyone's like, "Oh no, not that again."
Yeah, everyone locked it down.
Another yellow card. Okay, so Nashville now has 2 quick yellows.
Pardon me?
Nashville has 2 quick yellows now.
2 quick yellows.
Yeah, because he picked up a yellow card.
Do you know who it was for?
Anuga picked up.
Anuga, yellow, and who's the other one?
Muyo has a yellow.
Okay.
So a central.
Those are two players that get into the game.
That are busy, yeah.
Physical.
And you got to think that both of them are going to be in instances where they might have to think about making a foul, when now they have to consider doing it a little different. Here's where you got to be a little bit
cautious,
weary, because Mukhtar can hit it. Lovitz obviously has a nice left foot, and then you got some bigs. Walker Zimmerman, of course, chief among them.
But for Walker Zimmerman, this is still his former team, but there's a lot of players. Ooh. That's what TV angles will do to you, right?
Right.
I can't tell you for certain that was going.
Yeah, let's see what the replay. Let's see what the replay shows.
Let's see this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's a tough header because you're already coming back. You're challenged.
Walker got to that.
Yeah. Shrugged off Chiellini. Do you think Walker's like relishing this, right?
No, he's got. I mean, look, you want to win the game, but if you're, Chiellini would be someone that Walker would look up to, right?
Yes.
Because he's just based off of his.
So not just his former team, but then he wants to beat.
He wants to beat him, yeah.
Not that Chiellini was a direct replacement for him.
I know Michael even pointing it out.
Yeah.
Chiellini marking Walker. That's a sentence that I never thought I'd ever say.
I wonder if Walker would ever. He's like, no. I never could imagine.
I've started to say it a couple times and never got to it because there are key moments in the game.
Ask to trade jerseys with him, right?
Oh, I hope so. But Walker is playing against an LAFC, which is a former team of his, but a lot of players who he didn't actually play with. This is a much different LAFC team in which he played with in 2019.
Right, so he played with Carlos. He played with...
Think about it.
Sifu?
I don't think so.
Not in a game. I guess he would have been there for... Oh, here we go.
Ryan would be.
Oh.
Poorly weighted ball. But all things considered,
and now he's got to get back.
Speaking of Giorgio Chiellini, we will do some very fun trivia soon. We have 2 fans that will be partaking in Giorgio Chiellini trivia.
Specific trivia. Okay.
Yeah, specific trivia.
Okay. Oh, there's a good turnover. Now it's going a little back and forth. I like this. Game's opened up a little bit.
That was poor from Chicho.
And Steve talked about this on Friday in his media availability. He said, I like everything that we're doing, but that Galaxy match, there was like more takeaways that we needed to learn from and get better at than things that I really was excited about. Yeah. Obviously, he wanted to win for the fans, but he was like, we need to be better. We need to be sharper in passing. We need to be smarter. We need to have the ability to control games better, either when it's going forward or just holding on to the ball. And I think he'll look at this and say, guys, we're playing on that edge. You're really playing on that edge where I'm not happy right now.
Good counter by Nashville again, and you said it on the top of the watch party that's how Nashville's going to play, and they're pretty dang good at it.
But LFC's been very resolute about getting guys back. Like, we're not seeing any really odd man rush counters this far.
No, and for the fans watching who are very particular about players' effort on the field, especially in the defensive half, there's nothing short of defensive effort and running back.
They're winning, and they're now starting to win balls higher up the pitch,
which you love to see.
Right now, but now they got to take advantage of it, because I think it's a double-edged sword because as much as you want to win and then have guys flood forward, if you make a bad pass in a bad moment, despite doing something right, Nashville's going to make you pay. Like the goal that Nashville scored against Seattle was like firmly entrenched in their area. One bad touch from Ladero, and it was 2 passes goal.
Yep. So you just got to be aware. I will say it's been a fun game so far.
2 teams really trying to do like exactly what they want to do in the game. And if you're one of those people that loves to say styles make matchups, this is one of them.
This is it. I will say if you're Major League Soccer, you're going to kind of be a little disappointed that this isn't a national broadcasting match, right?
Right.
Not only for Bale and Chiellini, but I'm saying these are 2 pretty good teams. You talked about style a little bit. Very good teams in their own right. It's going to be a good open match. And on top of that, in a brand new stadium, and it looks great on the broadcast, I think this hits all the key factors in which you want to see on a national broadcast.
Their loss is our game. KCOP 13.
And Max Bredos.
With our guys, Max Bredos and Heath Pierce. You're going to go do your thing?
I'll be right back.
All right, Connor is leaving because he is going to go do that Chiellini flavored trivia with 2 fans that are here at the bar. I believe the prizes are going to be a 110 football prize pack. So he's moving over to that spot as I watch this game with you as LAFC is setting up in the area. And that's going to be, I'm guessing they're going to count that as a first shot on goal. Mahala, deflected effort, gets that first shot on goal. I'm wondering, I'm going to try to play along on this Chiellini trivia too, because I should know a lot of these things, having followed him from his days at Juventus. But I'm not eligible to play because you guys are the ones that need to be getting this 110 football merch. And if you want 110 football merch, one of the best ways to get it is to come out and be a part of these official watch parties. Like I said, this one today, Reilly's at USC Village. The next one will be at Tacos Way in Canoga Park. So you can already plan ahead. Tacos Way, Saturday, Canoga Park against Sporting KC. All right.
Okay,
I think Connor's ready. I'm going to throw it to Connor.
Chiellini trivia. We're here with Eli and Christopher. It's Price is Right style, so whoever's closest without going over gets the point. But 3 out of 5 wins. All right. So, first question. How many seasons did Chiellini spend with Juventus? How many seasons? All right. Let's see. 6, 20. The answer is 17. So although you are closer, you did go over the actual number, meaning Eli gets the point for this round.
I was way closer though. Damn, I got robbed. I got robbed on that.
Okay, next question.
This guy over here.
How many consecutive Serie A titles did he win with Juventus? How many consecutively? Okay, so we can see Eli's tactic. He's lowballing at each game. The answer is 9. Right on the nose. 1-1, neck and neck. You must be cheating over there. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Third question. How many times has Chiellini been named Serie A Defender of the Year? The answer is 3. Eli gets another point.
Damn!
Wow.
Eli's like so lowballing right now. It's like, dude, I just put 0 on it.
Put 1 each.
Dollar bill.
Okay, this is match point basically. Fourth question: how many consecutive years was he named to the Serie A Team of the Year? Consecutively. The answer is 5. Okay, 1.
Low ball.
Last question, 2 and 2. Are you guys ready?
You're gonna lose, son.
How many national team appearances has Chiellini made for the Italian national team? We went 4 and 6. The answer is 117. Eli.
Wow.
That's what happens out of nowhere. It's all good, son. It's all good, son.
He scales up, finally.
That was a very fun answer. So, you win the 110 football prize back. All right. Thank you for playing.
Thank you, guys.
Back to you, Vince.
Good, bro. That was fun. That was fun, actually.
Oh, here we go.
The winner
that.
The winner.
Highly coveted prize pack.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Back to you guys.
Right when we're doing trivia, congratulations to our trivia winner, Chicho. LAFC wins the ball high. They get going. Chicho, that deft little touch around the defender, and then the angled finish. I mean, the man knows his angles. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
Look at that touch. That touch around Lovitz. The man knows his angles.
Chicho Arango.
So what is that now? That's now 6. Is that 5 goals in 6 games?
I think it's more.
Let's see. I got some notes. Chicho. It's his eighth goal, so that leads the team. He has 6 goals in his last 7 games.
Wow.
What a goal.
We mentioned this on LAFC 360. This is a player that is definitely going to be competing for positions with all the forward assets that we have, and he's surely making the most of the chances that he gets.
And building up to it, you and I talked about it. Hey, they're winning balls up the pitch, but they need to be a little bit better with their passing. Yep. That was a moment where they were like 5 wide. So if they would have lost that, it would have been going back the other way with a lot of space. I
didn't really see it.
I know, because you were over there with the competition.
What did you think?
By the way, healthy competition.
I will say the last question, which was how many national team appearances has he made? Incredible tactics. 4 and 6 were the answers, and Eli wins based off of the.
After getting kind of stumped by the first one, not understanding quite that he couldn't go over.
I think he just went a little too low.
Tactically, he goes in there and he goes, Price is Right rules. I'm going to do that. I mean, we could not have scripted that better. The way the trivia went into you just screaming and seeing the ball in the back of the net.
Oh, it was perfect. It was perfect timing. I got to clip that and post it on my social media.
You should. I was literally about to just like pick it up and then go like, oh, and I'm like, oh my God, goal. So it's 1-0. 1-0 if you're watching along on KCOP 13 or Estrella.
Right?
Would you consider that an early goal?
I would consider it.
Okay.
Based off of how LAFC has scored this season, a lot of goals coming from the second half and not in the first half, I would consider this an early goal.
I'm just being a stickler because I love when people go like, we don't score early enough, and they score in like the 33rd minute.
Is that early
enough? That's an early goal. And I'm like,
is that early?
Interesting.
I'm happy now.
The complexion of the game is going to be very interesting now, I think.
What do they say? The most dangerous
lead is 2-0, and it's a stupid saying, so don't say it.
No, not 2-0. The most dangerous time within a game for both teams is right after a goal.
That is actually true.
So let's go check out the winner of the 110 football.
Hey, man. Hey. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Oh, he really won.
Got a hat to go with his buddy Chicho, who just scored.
110 football shirt.
Got himself a 110 football shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Which are very soft. I can attest to that.
Are they?
They are soft. They're very comfortable. Oh, here we go. Good man. Good man.
Appreciate it.
Well,
you know what? He just went from a 7 to a 10.
It's when he's a 7, but he wears a 110 football hat.
Then he's a 110.
Oh. Great block. Hani Mukhtar. Great block, Chiellini. That's not
challenging. He's going straight up and down, challenging for the ball there. So this is where they got to be smart when they break out, because they want to get out, but they
slow it down.
Interesting. Okay, so that's smart. So Steve said he wanted them at times to not be so vertical, to maybe be horizontal, to hold the ball. That's not smart.
That was poor from Steve.
As a center back, don't try to beat people 1v1 in your own half.
Yeah.
But LAFC gets back, and they get players behind the ball.
But these are the things we like to do here at 110 Football. The trivia, like I said, just being here, as I said before, is a communal experience. And when we incorporate you guys in the games and challenges that we do, eat some food with you guys, hang out, give away prizes, sell some merchandise, it always makes for a good weekend.
And I got to remind you again, when you come to an official LAFC watch party presented by Heineken, the TVs are almost every single, like,
do you see each one? Look.
There's not a single TV that's on something else. And the audio that's being piped in is all coming from KCOP 13, so you get to hear the voice of LAFC Max Bredos. I mean, you could go to, your... Okay, so from where I'm sitting,
we have our camera blocking the exact little square in which all that stuff happened.
Yeah. Chicho's feeling it.
Chicho's feeling it. He should. Hat-trick Chicho. Good from Mahala. Oh, a little back heel.
Like, is there anything in your life that you do that, like, when you start doing well and scoring like a bunch of goals like that you're like, I can do anything?
Oh yeah, you love that motivation, right? Yeah. You're just doing so well, and then you can't stop. So, as Vince said earlier, if you're just joining us here, we're at Rock and Reilly's in USC for the official LAFC watch party.
Presented by Heineken.
And this is live on LAFC's YouTube channel, as well as simulcasted on 110 Football's YouTube channel. If you're here virtually, what is up? Get at us in the chat. We love hanging out with you.
We have people watching from all around the world. We've already had Ross check in from England. I'm sure there's some other people watching from different areas of the world.
Yeah, please, if you're in the chat, let us know where you guys are watching from. Where in LA are you? Where around the world are you?
Yeah. And if you're in LA, why aren't you here?
And that's just not for this watch party. Look, I don't know how much we can motivate you other than telling you there's a Carlos Vela signed jersey up for grabs at halftime here. But for future watch parties, every LAFC away game, we are here with everyone here week in, week out at LAFC away games watch parties.
You know, if there's a Carlos Vela signed jersey here today, and Giorgio Chiellini and Gareth Bale have been here for less than a month, I think it'd be pretty fair to say that at some point there will be a Gareth Bale or Giorgio Chiellini signed shirt.
We can get it done. Great ball to Carlos Vela. Carlos should have hit the ground, no?
I think the ball.
I'm not for simulation.
Yeah. If the ball's a little tighter, I think he goes to the ground and maybe he has a case, but because of where it was, he's like, I'm not going to get that call.
Look, I'm not for simulation.
We all need to be careful.
I am for embellishment, though. Right?
Yeah.
You can sell a foul. You don't make one out of thin air, though, right?
I think it's actually been happening more so as of late with VAR because the referees are like so able to go back if they need it. But I think that guys are like, they're not selling them well, and then they're not getting the call because then they go and watch it in slow-mo, and they're like, eh. So I think you're right. Like, look, I don't want everyone to be going down, but if you get fouled, you got fouled. Like, there's no reason why you should just continue to try to power through it because the referees are going to just play on, and you're not going to get, a penalty is about an 80% chance.
Yep.
So you would want that.
So in about 10 minutes time, we will be doing this raffle that we've been talking about all half. Let's see the street team right now. There are the prizes. Look
Someone
at that.
checking out that
Vela jersey in all its glory. Sorry for the choppiness of the feed.
They can
look
see
at that.
Oh, time placement right above the number.
So that is what people here can win if they participate in the back.
Yeah, and the street team's going around. So basically, you win already because you sign up. You just spin the wheel. You can win those prizes like the keychains, like the bottle openers, like the lanyards. There's pins, there's stickers. But then it gets you entered into a drawing to win that Carlos Vela signed jersey. So you win no matter what. Oh, look at that. We got water.
Yeah, they don't know that.
Cheers. They don't know that. I'll have to get myself a Heineken for the second half. Hydration break. Everybody, make sure to stay hydrated.
I'm a big water guy.
Same.
I when I was younger, I wasn't.
Who was I talking with about? I was talking with Ilya Sanchez randomly about like sports drinks versus water when you're playing. And he said the same thing I said. I was like, when you drink sports drinks when you're playing on a hot day, it kind of gets all like coated in your mouth. Go water, sports drink after the game.
Yeah, sports drink is a feel-good thing.
Yeah. That's your reward.
It's like dessert.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is like dessert. How do you think Giorgio's been?
Giorgio Chiellini? It's been good. I mean...
No, the other Giorgio.
Oh, Giorgio
I just
from
the way
from
you said it. Giorgio Chiellini?
Giorgio from Rock and Roll?
Is there a Giorgio in it?
I don't know.
Don't make me look bad on
Giorgio
TV.
La Rosa?
Or on YouTube.
He's been good. There's a certain calmness to him where even while Nashville was countering, where a lot of the times I would be very nervous as an LAFC fan because we're so open, but most of the times him and Murillo have cleaned up pretty well, or the chances in which Nashville have been off target.
I love the way he celebrates defensive action. Like every time him or his center back partner do something, it's like high five, Good job.
He's gonna get what?
Good here.
He's gonna get along with Maxime Crépeau well then.
Right. And I'm sure it's not just good job. It's like, hey, you were in the right spot, or hey, I need you here. Like maybe little words of wisdom from time to time. Oh, there he is.
Wow.
It's real.
It's real.
I don't think he's coming in anytime soon.
He's gonna play in this game though.
He's gonna play. Well, the way it's going, if LAFC can hold on to a lead, you definitely would want to bring Gareth in to play off the counter. It's just different. Watching him in training, like when he hits the ball, like just the swerve and the extra power, it's just different. And honestly,
he's a big boy. I don't know how to describe it. A lot of players, like, they're good in their own right, but he is massive.
And he's naturally fit, but I still think he even is just ramping it up a little bit. So he's not quite there, which is why obviously he's not starting. He's probably not going to play more than 20 minutes. So it's effortless. Like, it's just natural talent.
Depending on how today goes, do you think there's a possibility he starts against Seattle?
Yes.
Yeah?
I think so. Because he'll have, 2 full weeks of training under his belt. He'll have dealt with the travel, get into a game, feel how his legs are. And look, he's like Carlos. He's a smart player. So, like, if you tell him, hey, how do you feel? And he says, I can go 60 minutes. Then you're Steve, you're like, okay, I know he can at least give me 60. He could probably go 90 if he manages himself well during the game. And they're not afraid to use the bench anyway. So they always go into these games knowing that, you can use up to 16 players, right? 5 substitutions. And they're willing to use them.
Oh, yeah. So Nashville started their inaugural campaign in the Western Conference, I believe.
So I think they were in the West, but then when COVID hit, they shifted them to the East.
And then they had to move back to the
and
West.
Now they're back to the West.
The new expansion teams.
And who knows if they'll go back. They'll probably.
Yeah, I hope they go back. It doesn't make sense for them to be in the West.
Well, they're not as far. Is St. Louis farther west?
St. Louis is farther west, and so is Chicago.
Right.
And you're not going to move Chicago to the West Coast.
No.
West. It's just because they're an expansion team, so it's easier to just kind of like put them wherever you want.
You just, hey, you go there.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Wow. Pong got away from Ilya there.
Yeah.
If the ball was a little different, it was open.
Good cover from Crépeau. When Crépeau starts to see a guy kind of maybe struggling a little bit, hopefully he kind of, you got to be careful there. That happens on every corner, so it's really just a matter of whether you want to call it or not.
Yeah. How does Maxime Crépeau keep his beard trimmed so well?
I should have asked him when he was hanging out with me at Party Beer Co.
Yeah, he looks pretty dapper all the time.
He does. Okay. How can you go back to VAR when you've already restarted play? This is a very weird. All right, I don't love it. I don't love it because you had time to stop play.
I also don't think this is a penalty because the ball wasn't going to Simpong anyway, right?
It doesn't matter. A foul in the box doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be going towards it. I mean, Giorgio's got a good handful of Walker, too.
Look at. Oh. Wait, so now we're playing who's the foul against?
Right. Here's the thing. Play continued, though. Right? Or
no, it didn't.
Because Maxime, right.
You know what? The ref is going to give this because they're in Nashville.
Here's the thing about VAR that's weird, and what I kind of don't like is when they go to VAR, you almost already know what it's going to be, because I think they were saying something like 80% of calls that go to VAR get changed to what they're looking for.
Because that's what it's for, though.
I guess. Well, then why even have them go over? I feel like they should just make the decision. Right? Wouldn't that make it faster?
Well, because the
it's an ego thing.
Because the first official has to be the one to make the call, right?
It's gone to pen.
It's a.
By the letter of the law, it's a penalty.
It's a soft call, but can we complain? No.
No, I don't think so. Thank you, Cam. Something like that. I wore this hat because we're at a proper pub.
You would just hope that Ilya doesn't lose his footing there, right? If
he
doesn't slip, that foul never gets called.
Also, they were giving up quite a lot of corners. I don't know what it's at, but it's probably like.
No, he slips. Look.
No, I know, but I'm just saying the more corners that you give up, the more chances that something like this can happen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I will say
it's tough too at the moment coming right before the half.
I don't know if Ilie Sanchez is the right matchup for CJ Sapong. He's been marking him on every corner. And look, they haven't scored on a corner yet, other than giving a penalty.
Right.
I don't know if they're the best physical matchup. All right, this is time for Maxime Crepeau to step up big.
Maxime, I don't think he's faced a penalty yet, right? Because John McCarthy faced the ones against Colorado. This might be Maxime's first penalty that he's facing with LAFC.
Come on, Max. Come on. Do a little dance. Remember the Australian keeper versus Peru?
Yeah. Soft.
I know, but as Vince alluded to, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, yeah.
If there's contact in the box, regardless if the ball is good. And it's Hani Mukhtar, too.
A lot of gamesmanship going on here. Dax McCarty trying to keep Ilie away from Hani Mukhtar.
Come on, Maxime. Come on, Maxime.
Big moment right before half.
Come on, Maxime. Oh, on the post.
Wrong-footed him.
Okay, so my prediction was 3-1.
Right.
Hani has scored. I said that.
Yep.
I said I don't know who's going to score the first 2 goals for LAFC. If we score one more and Bale comes off the bench to score the third, I will be a genius.
Yeah. It's everything about the way that goal was conceded is so tough. When you're up 1-0 away from home, you're almost to halftime where Steve is probably going to make some adjustments anyways, and then this is totally self-inflicted.
I will say that's good on CJ Sapong. I will say that I don't think that contact is actually hard enough to go down, but that's one thing where I was saying
you
about
said
embellishment.
Yeah.
That foul is there, but you sell it, and it works, and you get a penalty from it. Yeah. I agree, Ross, but I also agree that like a lot of people were complaining that there needs to be VAR too, right? Like there's no perfect world. You can't make everyone happy, right?
I still think it could get better. And I think by taking it out of the hands of the referee, and I know that they don't want to do that because there's a reason why that referee is refereeing the match, and that kind of diminishes his power throughout. But I don't really think so. If they see a clear and obvious error, which is what it's supposed to be all about, what we keep hearing, just call it down. The referee stops playing, goes, okay, we got to do this. I don't even need to look at it. I've got a team of referees in there, and let's go quicker. Because I think to Ross's point, a lot of it is about the time between when things happen, that the VAR takes away from the fun.
Yeah. But now we're getting in the conversation of if it takes away from the fun or takes away an actual goal, right?
Right.
Do you care more about the fun of the sport, or do you care more about the calls being the correct calls? And look, I'm big on entertainment value. I like when games are crazy. I like when games are fun. But the people who are complaining that the calls should be the calls no matter what, no matter how long it takes to figure them out, you can't have it both ways.
Cam has 4-2. 4-2 would be an incredible game for our watch party.
It would be great. I'd love to see 4 more goals in this match.
It looks like both teams are just kind of like, let's get to half and we're at level at half and see what we've got.
We're just going to start again.
This is a big mentality moment. And you have somebody like Giorgio Chiellini on the pitch who's seen and done it all. But LAFC is going to learn a lot about themselves, conceding in this way, dealing with it right before halftime, being on the road against a team that is very resolute and very structured and rigid in their defense.
And a good fan base, a good atmosphere,
yeah,
right?
It's packed there. So this is strap in for the next 45 minutes. Yeah, you don't like that pass.
It's unnecessary. If you're going to clear it.
Yeah, get in the air.
But if you're not, don't do that, right?
Interesting how much LAFC's been playing deeper, and I'll be curious to hear from Steve if that was a tactic to get a Nashville team that's normally, like I said, they want to get behind the ball, they want to get man behind the ball, but now there's space. Like if you look just off screen, there's space in behind. Ooh, Cheech, that's a yellow. That's got to be a yellow.
No, but it's Walker Zimmerman.
It's a yellow. It's a yellow because he's going to go into the space that I literally just highlighted and possibly create a chance. And all Walker can do is take him down in that moment because he's not tight enough on the initial pass. I hate referees. Giorgio Chiellini right now is like, wait, that's not a yellow? Because in Italy, that is a yellow every single time.
Well, thank you for joining us, Ross.
We'll see you, Ross. Thank you for joining us
Are
all
you
the
sure
way.
You don't want to see Bale make his debut?
All the way from England. We know how late it is there, so we appreciate you even joining. But you'll have highlights of Bale hopefully, and hopefully he does something meaningful in this game for you.
That was very poor, very very poor set piece.
4
Just
minutes.
a reminder for you guys.
4 minutes.
I don't know. Was there stoppage?
I mean,
holes. That's it. Hollow was down for a little bit early on.
4 minutes is a lot.
A reminder
There's
for you
tape
guys.
on my microphone, and somehow it is on my foot. How is that even possible?
We'll be doing a halftime raffle where we'll be giving a winner of the raffle a Carlos Vela signed jersey. So we'll be doing it at that halftime, and we'll be doing it live for you guys, so you guys can see who will win the Carlos Vela jersey. I will be doing it.
And that is brought to you by the LAFC Street Team.
Brought to you by the LAFC Street Team. Yep.
We have to say it's not 110 giving it away.
No.
But Connor does have the honors and all the pressure
of making
sure to pick the right ticket for the person and the lucky person.
I'm not the best at reading though. You know,
it's numbers though.
Same thing.
It's like, is it when it's just numbers? Are you reading numbers?
Should I test my Spanish and try to read the numbers in Spanish?
No. Don't embarrass yourself like that.
All right, in Mandarin.
I'd like to see that. Do you think you could pull it off?
I can pull it off. Don't worry, people. Yes, Lux.
Wow. Look at how high up the pitch LAFC is. Giorgio Chiellini's like 15 yards inside their half. Like LAFC is very pushed up.
Ooh, that was not bad. I mean, 4 minutes of added time. We're basically... Wow, we are very high up. You're right. Look,
I mean, Nashville is only leaving Sapong high, so you might as well compact the space.
Ryan Hollingshead. Oh, Jesus.
Don't curse on YouTube.
Oh, deflected shot. Could have easily been 2-1 right before the half.
And Sifu's hot.
That number 20, Sifu, a different breed.
He's going to make his name in a new number.
Sorry, Edward. Not bad. Not bad. That's what you would have wanted to see throughout the half.
Yes.
Not just at the tail end, but hopefully we can
a little more control.
Translate into the first half. All right, this has to be half, right? Come on, ref.
Yeah, gotta be right now.
And it is
halftime.
Halftime.
So 1-1.
Wow.
A lot to unpack in a 1-1 game, but I think you are going to head over.
Okay, yes, I'm going to go head
over
to
do an important job of the raffle.
BRB.
For all of you guys that are just joining us, it's halftime here at Rock and Reilly's at USC Village. This is the official LAFC watch party presented by Heineken. 1-1. You should be watching along with me and Connor, who has now just walked over to do a raffle. And I'm going to throw it to him. He's going to raffle off a couple of dad hats, 2 snapbacks, and of course the coveted Carlos Vela signed jersey, and that's for everyone that's here. So remember, if you show up to these watch parties, you have chances to win. But I'm going to throw it to Connor now as he raffles that off.
Looks good. Everyone, we're here. We're about to do the raffle. I'm going to get everyone's attention. So, hi, everyone. We're about to do the LAFC Street Team raffle. If you guys want to try to win a Carlos Vela signed jersey. So first and foremost, we're going to announce the winners of the LAFC hats. So if you want to listen in, the first hat goes to raffle ticket 161432. 161432. There we go. What's your name? Jose. Awesome. LFC dad hat. All right. The next LFC dad hat is 161434. There we go. There you go. Awesome. All right. The next hat, 161421. 421. There we go. Snapback, LAFC snapback. All righty. The last hat, 161459. 459. Going once. 459. There we go. LAFC snapback. Awesome. Hey, what's your name? Steven. Awesome. LAFC snapback. All right, now for the signed Carlos Vela jersey. Here in all its glory. Ready? 161430. There we go. There we go. Carlos Vela signed jersey. Look at that. What's your name?
Luis.
Luis. There you go. Thank you to the LAFC street team. Now Luis has a brand new
Salvador to LA.
Awesome.
Back and go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys. Back to Vince. Thank you. What's your name?
All right, there goes a very, very happy LAFC fan. That roar might have been, it's close, not quite, but close to the roar that we heard when Chicho scored that goal. So we're here at halftime. Again, this is the official LAFC watch party. You're watching the simulcast on LAFC's YouTube channel as well as 110 Football's YouTube channel. It is 1-1 at halftime. Connor and I are going to take a little break, and to do that, we're going to throw to the coaches show. Yes. This week, and every week, I get a chance to sit and talk with Steve Trundolo. We call it In Touch with Steve Trundolo. This week, however, instead of talking about Steve, we get to learn a little bit more about his assistant coaches.
Oh.
So check out this week's In Touch with Steve Trundolo. Welcome back, everybody, to another In Touch with Steve Trundolo. Steve, we have a lot to talk about this week, so I'm not going to preamble too much on Vince. That's Steve. Let's go right into it. Everyone's happy in LA because you've beaten the Galaxy.
Yep.
I know afterwards you said it's a relief. It's been a few more days now that you had to think about it. What are your thoughts about that win?
Yeah, I think those emotions are still accurate. Obviously ecstatic. We're happy for our fans and the community. I think the importance of just getting the W under our belt still outweighs the performance, and that's how we approach the game. And so I told the guys this morning, job well done, mission accomplished. But we also spoke about what we need to improve, because there were parts of the performance that were not good. Finishing chances or attacks, and losing a little control and making it a counterattack game is something that we don't particularly want to do all the time. And so we've moved on, and now we're preparing for Nashville, but I'm still very happy about that victory.
Vela on his left foot, shot, back foot, headed in! Rondo cutting back his right foot, shot, goal! Slicing through the Galaxy! LAFC have done it at home! They beat the Galaxy 3-2, the final score!
So you had the pleasure of letting 3 players know that they've been voted in as All-Stars: Ilya Sanchez, Chiqui Palacios, and of course Carlos Vela. What was that moment like for you to let those guys know before training?
Yeah, it's a wonderful privilege to let those guys know, and they were happy and surprised. But it's also important for me as a coach to let those guys know in front of the team, because without the team they wouldn't be where they are. And it's an accomplishment for everybody, not just the individuals, and that's something to celebrate as a group, and we did. Thanks.
And finally, our last specific soccer question before we get to our theme. Gareth Bale's here. We had the presser yesterday. He's now had his second full day of training. Your initial thoughts on seeing Gareth Bale out there with the guys?
A wonderful human being, being able to come from the world's biggest stage and then get on a plane, get here as soon as possible, go through the initiation we gave him Friday night in the stadium, and then press conference yesterday in training. To just do that without really missing a beat really speaks for Gareth, and he is fitting in well on the field as well, and we will integrate him as fast as possible.
Okay, if you guys can believe it, we're on episode 19. So we've gotten to learn a lot about our head coach here. But you often talk about the team around you. This is the assistant coaches, and I'm going to include John and Will Kuntz in that as well. So we want to learn a little bit more about them. I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're going to give me answers using them. So these are superlatives. You'll get the idea. I'm going to warn you, these escalate quickly. They start slow, and then this is going to be fun. So let's start out with an easy one. Of your coaching staff, and like I said, including John and Will, who would you consider the class clown, or who could be a stand-up comedian if they did something else?
Without a shadow of a doubt, that would be Mark Dos Santos.
He literally just came out here before we started
I'm
this.
surprised we can't hear him as we're doing this.
Most likely to be mistaken for a celebrity.
That's a toss-up between Oka Nikolov and Ante Razov.
So are you thinking mistaken because of being players, or because they have that celebrity look to them?
Exactly. Purely, yeah, I'm quite shallow, and I just look at the outer shell. So purely how they look. So their appearance is what makes them look like stars.
I'm surprised you didn't go John Thornton then. He's always, very
Sorry
well
to
dressed.
disappoint, John, but
I know. Well, yeah, I mean, he's your boss. Okay, most likely to borrow something and not return it.
I'm gonna say Will.
Will Kuntz?
Yeah.
Okay. These are the ones, we've done player ones.
Sorry, Will.
These are the ones where you're actually gonna get in trouble, and this is gonna be great. Maybe we'll have them on later to rebut these. All right, here's where it goes up a notch. Most likely to die first in a zombie apocalypse.
I think that's gonna be Mark. Because he'll probably go try to talk to the guy or the zombie and do something that we wouldn't expect, and then sure enough, he's the first guy. So also the answer to who's the first person to die in a horror movie would also be Mark.
Well, also Mark, yeah, because he's just so talkative.
He's just there and talkative in the moment.
Got it, okay. Most likely to be sent off for something they said to the referee.
Oh, that's gonna be Ante for sure.
Yeah, he gets fiery.
Yeah, he gets a little fiery. His Croatian blood comes out, which is great. I love to see it, just in doses.
Who calms each other down more? Because I do see you guys up together at times talking and chatting. I'm sure sometimes you have to be like, relax, we're good, or same with you. Who's more the peacemaker?
Well, I've got a Portuguese Canadian next to me and a Croatian American. I'm definitely the one calming the bench down.
You're the peacemaker, okay. Most likely to cry during a Disney movie. A lot of dads in the staff.
Oh, that's gonna be Thornton for sure. Yeah.
Softy.
Yeah.
Most likely to post a TikTok dance. Again, a lot of dads, so there's kids trying to get them to do stuff. I think you might be one of the choices for that.
Shame on you.
Oh, come on. Your daughters could probably get you to do a TikTok dance.
No, I'm not into that. I'm gonna say it's a toss-up between Mark and Thornton again. Mm-hmm. Mark is dabbling in social media a little bit. John definitely not.
Yeah.
So I could see John also doing that with his kids, but I know he takes zero part in social media. So we'll just go with Mark.
Who is the first to fall asleep on the plane?
None of us are really big nappers on the plane, but it's a toss-up between Oka and Ante.
Anyone snore?
The snores on the team are part of the media department, and I will not name names.
But it's loud enough that it's
there, and everybody hears it.
Well, you're now on notice. Most likely to lose their voice yelling.
Mark.
Yeah.
Because he's always yelling.
Right, he is always yelling. He allows you to keep your voice.
Yes.
Least likely to pick up the tab. This is where you might get in a little trouble.
Oh, that's a mean question.
Meaner than asking who would die in a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah.
Because it's real?
Because the one's real and the one's not. It's going to be Mark as well.
Wow. Mark is catching a lot of strays in this.
Yeah.
Has it actually happened?
No, because we rarely go out to eat together. It's always at a hotel meal. But if we do, a lot of times it's John or LAFC picking up the tab.
Nice. I need to be invited to those dinners.
It's nothing spectacular, but it is a business meal.
Free food always tastes better than
It's true.
when you pay for it. Okay, you guys get at it from time to time with staff games. I want to know who is the player that you think you might want to put some shin pads in before you go out there on the pitch for the staff game.
Sorry, Mark, but it's Mark.
Wow.
He got me really good this year. He's apologized since, but he enjoyed the moment. So you got to watch out for Mark.
You gotta watch out for Mark. Okay.
He's a feisty human being.
Well, maybe you can make it up to him here, but I don't think this is where it's gonna happen. I'm gonna ask you, the final question is, in those staff games, I know that you guys kind of separate them, you don't really pick teams, but if you were picking teams, Steve Trundle, you have the first pick. Who are you choosing to be on your team?
Well, specific to those staff games, it's important to we play on the mini goals. And so when Oka is on your team, he is very good at understanding angles and clogging holes and defending those small goals. So for sure it's Oka, because you need somebody stabilizing the defense. Then if I could add an addition, it's John.
Yeah. So the goalkeeper, even on small goals, is your selection?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you'd be the number one pick if I was asking the other coaches?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out after they watch this.
We will.
It's been another great episode of In Touch with Steve Tronolo. Steve might be in a little bit of trouble with his assistants, but he'll go see them, and they probably won't watch this until we release it on Thursday or Friday. You guys have been great. We'll see you next week.
So we are back here at Rock and Reilly's in USC for the official LAFC watch party.
Presented by Heineken.
Oh, look at you. Look at that product placement. How perfect is that?
I love this job. I can drink on the job. Heineken on one side, LAFC on the other.
That's like the perfect glass.
You think I get to keep this glass?
You don't tell anyone.
I know. Hey, okay, when I finish this, put it under your hat.
Okay. Good plan. Why didn't I get one?
You know why you did not get one.
Anyway, if you're just joining us now, thank you for joining us after the half. It's 1-1 LAFC Nashville. Vince, why don't you explain what we do here?
So this is simulcast right now on LAFC's YouTube channel as well as 110 Football's YouTube channel. We are watching the game with you.
Yep.
So we have the game on KCOP 13 right now. We're looking at the handsome Mark Rogandino as he's taking you through halftime. And basically, we're not doing play-by-play. We are your fun buddies here at the bar, drinking a Heineken.
And a Diet Coke.
Yeah, and a Diet Coke. And saying how we really feel about the game and the referees and everything that's going on. Clearly with a 110 bias. Yes, with a 110 bias, but also an LAFC bias. Heavy LAFC bias. So it's just like you're chatting with your friends. If you're like, you're in the chat and you're like, I don't like that movement, or I don't like what happened there. That's a bad pass. Put it out there in the chat. We'll talk about it because
we will
say, that was a bad pass.
But
that
we
was
want
a dumb
to
idea.
give you guys the experience of being at a watch party without necessarily having to be at the watch party. And also, we want to convince you guys, you people in the chat, that come the next watch party, we want you here talking to us, maybe on the mic, maybe sharing some food with us, and being here for a watch party because there really isn't anything like it.
We gave away a Carlos Vela signed jersey.
Yeah, if you guys actually didn't know, go back to halftime, maybe just 5-10 minutes ago. We just gave away the LAFC street team just gave away a signed Carlos Vela signed jersey. A signed Carlos Vela signed jersey.
Signed Carlos Vela signed jersey. No, it was made and then he signed it.
And then he signed it. Yeah. But yeah, all good vibes here at 110 Football LAFC.
All good vibes. The match though it's deadlocked. It's 1-1.
Look at that.
There's that jersey again.
In all its glory. It's all given away now. Oh, and he's
there.
He
is. Champion. Look how happy he is. Yeah, the scream of joy of the person that won, and then simultaneously the
I know. Did you like the kind of anticipation I did where I said the first three numbers, then the fourth, then the fifth, and then held?
Yeah.
And then the sixth.
You've done raffles before, huh?
No. Anyway, first half reactions really quick before we get into the half.
It was a good start. LAFC, I think, started cautious and then kind of weathered a few counterattacks. Didn't really give up many opportunities. Found a goal through Chicho, who is just so on fire as of late. His finishes in every which way, touching it around the defender, being able to angle it in the corner, but then the foul, go to VAR right before halftime. That kind of puts a dour effect on it. But LAFC is going to have to really mentally regroup. You would hope that Steve sat them down and said, guys, got to just let it go. It's an even game for the next 45 minutes. The team that wins the half will win this game.
Yep, 100%. So you're saying a game that's tied 1-1, the team who wins the half will win the game?
Yeah, so when you get into the locker room, these guys are exerting a lot of energy. There's getting a lot of things are being thrown at them in terms of tactical instructions, things like that. You want to keep it simple.
Oh! Sifu! Number 20!
20, baby. What a start.
Oh my, get in!
45 seconds into the second half.
That's how you start a
Off
half.
the post. And then the newest number 20, Sifu, with the finish. How many guys did we have that could have finished that? It felt like there could have been 3 different guys.
I didn't know who was going to get it. I thought Franco was going to get it. So Hollingshead first of all, Carlos Vela with a great little chipped cross. Great header by Hollingshead, just hits the post. Chicho wants to bang that.
I don't think Vela will get an assist on that because it's a shot into the post, but that's a dime.
That is, I mean, that's Carlos Vela.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where these fans are saying, well, he's not putting up the 30 goals that he put up in 2019. No, these are the moments of class that Carlos Vela provides. Look at him.
He loves it, man. I mean, how awesome is it now that he understands, hey, I can use my abilities in certain moments as opposed to being like, oh, guys, it all falls on me, right?
Yeah. So, as things stand, if Bale comes in the 67th minute and happens to score,
you will have gotten every prediction right.
Perfect.
And I will be asking you what your lotto numbers are.
I will say, like, all things considered, this is like the first time I've paid attention to my prediction, and it might actually pan out.
It's true.
That's like really weird for me.
This is gonna be it's gonna be bad for you because now you're gonna be like so hopped up on all your predictions from now on. You're not gonna be able to focus.
So we have a very, very special guest. You saw him at halftime. Vince, you want to introduce him?
He's that handsome man that we saw leading the halftime, and he's in the pre and post of the broadcast. It's Mark Rogandino. What's up, Rogo?
What's up,
hey,
Rogo?
what a way to begin the second half. I can't be more excited than that. Amazing.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what were your thoughts on the first half, but now just give me your thoughts. 45 seconds in, 2-1. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, what a huge boost for us to start the second half that way. And the one thing I would say is I would love to see more possession from LAFC in the second half. It makes it so much better when we control the tempo, we control the rhythm of the game, especially through the middle part of the field. That's certainly going to help us because now, as it was in the first half, Nashville's going to have to chase a little bit more, push numbers forward, and that should give us some cracks in their lineup to try and find more goals in this one.
Isn't that what Carlos Vela does the best, though? A lot of fans have been maybe giving him a little bit of a hard time for not putting up the same numbers as he's done in the past. But aren't these the moments of individual brilliance that he can provide for LAFC?
Well, you know, I mean, Connor, to answer your question, I was thinking in the beginning of the game, so much talk about Chiellini, so much talk about Bale being in the fold. Carlos Vela wants to take some of that spotlight too, right? So I think he's the type of player, as we've seen for 4+ years, he'll step up in big moments like this, given the opportunity. And he was influential in that goal a moment ago.
So, Rogo, we told everyone watching on 110 Football and LAFC's YouTube channel that you were leading pre and post as well as halftime. Explain to us where you are for the people that don't understand how this show gets put together.
Well, I mean, you guys know that I just transported back on the G4 back to Nashville for the post game, right? And I'm just gonna zip my way. A good chance there for a wrong goal. So we're at our LAFC studios up here in Burbank. It is a fantastic setup here. We've got this giant screen right here, as you can see, to watch the game.
Nice lounge.
The comfortable couch, and you come over here to the set that I was just on right here, right? The set that I was on.
That's where the magic happens.
Hosting halftime, but then that's actually the secondary set. The main set is then right over here, just a couple of steps away. And this is where Max and Heath record their open, where we host the post-game show from. We've got an amazing crew up here at Estrella TV that keep us in ship-shape form and really make sure that we sound good, we look good. I mean, are you loving this blue, Vince?
I like the tie.
This blue suit tonight, you guys know we can never rock any blue colors if we have an opponent that has any blue on. So when I saw that Nashville was yellow tonight, I was like, all right, I can rock a little blue for the show tonight.
I would say that suit is a similar color to what Giorgio Chiellini showed up with on his first day at Bank of California Stadium.
Hey, I am a Rogandino, you know? I'm not a Chiellini, but I am a Rogandino.
Yes, you are. Rogo, obviously, you're talking to two young men. I'll include myself in that. Two handsome young men at a watch party. But what are you normally doing when you're not on the pre-halftime or post? Are you taking notes? Are you bothering Max? Are you trying to get him to say certain things? What's going on?
Those guys are in a separate VO booth with the door closed, calling the game. They've got a couple of big screens in there that they're calling the game off of. But actually, I'm just like you guys. You know, I'm on the edge of my seat. Yes, I'm writing down certain notes of things that I want to talk about come halftime or getting ready for the post game. But I'm just like you guys. I'm on the edge of my seat and I'm cheering. I'm like, no, come on. Right there, Max, Crepeau, get that ball. You know, I mean, I'm as nervous and as invested as everybody else. By the way, you guys look like you got quite the setup right there. I'm not gonna lie. I bet there's probably a few beverages maybe around there, enjoying the time. A little earlier start tonight. I mean, it's a good vibe.
Especially if this score line holds, it'll be a very good time to hang out here. Maybe you can jet away from that Burbank studio, come down to Rock and Reilly's at USC Village, and join us for a little nightcap.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. I mean, I'll have to plug that one into the GPS and see what the distance is. But I think I could probably twist Max Bredos's arm too, and he'd want to come join. I think this is going to be an opportunity in the next 15, 20 minutes for LAFC to add a third, and I really hope that they can, because I would like a little breathing room. The crazy thing is Nashville has so many talented players, but they haven't been that good at home this year, which is surprising, especially because I would say, and I don't know if you guys agree, but I would say that Geodis Park is similar in the sense that it is a passionate, good, knowledgeable soccer crowd watching their team.
Yeah.
I will say, Rogo, at the beginning of the game, I don't pay attention to my pre-game predictions too often, but this was one game in which I actually was trying to keep tabs on what it was. And hypothetically, if Bale comes on and scores a goal, my prediction will be exactly right. I have Hani Mukhtar scoring the first for Nashville. I have LAFC scoring 2 in the first half. And then, like I said, if one more thing happens.
Actually, Rogo, we've been guessing at when Gareth Bale comes in. Do you have a minute prediction when you think Gareth Bale might come to this match?
I'm going to say midway point. 8 minutes.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
He's closer to yours than mine. I had 72. What did you have again?
67.
67. Okay. So you guys are right in there.
But it's kind of like the Price is Right, Vince? I mean, if you go over, then you don't win.
Yeah.
So 67th minute would if he came in the 68th minute, I would be exact, but 67th Connor wins.
Yeah.
I like that you said Price is Right, because we're doing a little trivia. We already did a Chiellini trivia. We're gonna do some Bale trivia, and their Price is Right rules. And it came down to the final question on the Chiellini one, and it was, how many appearances does he have for Italy? And the guys were so afraid of going over, they went 4 and 6. Which clearly Giorgio has over 100 appearances for Italy. But they were so scared of the Price is Right rules that they went like the $1, Bob.
I think it's 117 if my memory serves me right.
It is, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, boy, we're gonna have to educate these fans on who Giorgio is.
Anyway, thank you so much, Rogo, for joining us. We love seeing the inside of the studio, and on top of that, we love hearing how passionate you are even at work.
You guys keep up the great work. It's a huge part of the partnership.
Thank you, Rogo. Next time you don't have to work. You come join us, have a drink, have some burgers. We'll watch the game together.
Drink and dinner on you guys. I love it.
That's good. Yeah.
Wow. Great lad.
I love Rogo. I've actually known Rogo since I worked at Fox Sports West way back when he used to cover the Clippers. Just a great dude. His knowledge of many different sports is unbelievable. You know what? If he would have played that Chiellini game with you, he would have gotten everyone spot on, because I know that he studies, he dives deep into the numbers. I mean, to be a really good host like he is in pre and post, you've got to have that kind of, because you want your you want your analysts like Heath to shine. Yeah. So he's got to have that quick recall of those numbers, and then just throws them out there, and Heath just kind of plays off of it. So that's what Rogo's great at. He really sets people up to win, and I love having Rogo around. Oh, Dax McCarty just biffed
Holling's
one.
Head.
I gotta have a drink of my Heineken after that.
He missed.
He just plain missed. Cheers.
Let's take a look at that miss really quickly.
Tried to guide it in, and he just biffed it.
So if you
Your
are
food
here,
has been here for a little bit.
Yeah, but if you're here joining us, we're at Rock and Reilly's in USC Village for the LAFC official watch party for LAFC versus Nashville.
Presented by Heineken.
And we're live on 110 Football and LAFC's YouTube channel. We've gotten to a point where I think me and Vince are a little hungry.
I was a lot of hungry.
I know, you started eating.
So at half, I went hard into my burger.
But I got the, I think it was the Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
So I'm going to allow you to put your mic down. We need we need a review.
Wow, we got a double angle. This is crazy. Okay.
For those of you just joining us
so,
on either...
This is so messy, and you guys are like getting 2 angles of it, too.
So I brought you napkins.
God, okay.
For you that are just joining us on the simulcast, either on 110 or LAFC's YouTube channel, we ordered some food here at Rock and Reilly's. Last time we were here, Connor and I both got fish and chips. This time, Connor has got the Nashville hot chicken because he wants to devour the competition like he's devouring this chicken. He took a strong first bite.
Why is he so close?
Smell-o-vision. This is our smell-o-vision camera. Okay, get another one. Tuck into another one. Great brioche bun on both our burger and the Nashville hot chicken. We crowdsourced Connor's pick, and people all said, get the Nashville hot chicken, so you went with it. So far, he's got a big bite in his mouth. Yeah, clean your face off a little bit there. Do it on camera. It's fine. We're all friends here, right? We're all friends here.
This is why I didn't want to do this.
Look at that guy. 58th minute, another picture of Gareth Bale warming up.
$10 says you don't start a Gareth Bale chant here.
Hex says remember to chew.
Start joking. $10 says you don't start a Gareth Bale chant.
Would it be Gareth Bale?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
another way to do it?
No.
I don't want to.
Why?
Because it takes away from the 11 guys that have already been on the pitch doing a great job.
It's Bale. That doesn't matter.
I think when he comes in the game, we should do it.
Okay,
but give me the review.
It's really good. It's really good. The bun is great. It's not too. And sometimes when you have a really thick bun, it's too dry and too chewy. Very, very light, very fluffy in your mouth. And then the chicken's moist. The pickles are great. The sauce is good.
You've got to have pickles on the Nashville
100%.
hot chicken sandwich.
100%.
You've got to have
most chicken sandwiches.
Something pickled. Yeah, you got to have that tang, or else it just doesn't work.
The sauces are all good. The crisp of the chicken. We said this about their fish and chips last time we were here. The amount of crisp, but not over crisp, is perfect.
Getting that oil temperature just right.
Just right.
Thickety Wickets said something that I want to talk about as Vela takes a corner. He said, we look a lot more organized and structured on breakaways with Giorgio Chiellini in defense. How do you feel about that so far? I do feel there's a weird level of calmness.
And that's what I said at the top. Like, Nashville was countering, especially in the first half. But even though they were, I felt a certain level of confidence that we were able to clean up mistakes even if they happened, right?
Yeah, they weren't big opportunities.
Nope.
They weren't outnumbered opportunities.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the kind of, we have to call it an error, pulling a guy down on a corner. Aside from the error, they haven't really put a wrong step forward. Rogo was right, though. LAFC is definitely pushing for that third goal. They want it.
Well, I'm not going to say I wanted Rogo to leave, but I will say he was 10 seconds ahead of our broadcast.
Okay.
So I didn't want him to start celebrating before we could.
Right, and then you and I have to pretend.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not Gareth Bale.
Eddie.
So Giorgio Chiellini goes almost 60 minutes
That's
in
fine.
his LAFC debut.
Look at that. Look at the fans clapping.
Wait. Giorgio Chiellini just got replaced by Eddie Segura. So it's not just like an embarrassment of riches in a
No, I like
starting
to
11.
think that the people are clapping not only because Giorgio Chiellini finally got a start and he's coming off the field now, but also they're clapping because Eddie's coming on the field, right?
Yeah.
It's a twofer.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a pro and a pro.
Oh, does he have to come out? Oh, but it's Eddie.
Yeah, it's great. Eddie.
Also, Eddie on a natural grass field. Beautiful natural grass field there at Geodis Park. Thank you for that.
I know.
I was terrified when he had to play in that
I hate to be
Vancouver
playing
game.
in Atlanta
He
right
admitted
now.
he was a little worried about playing in that Vancouver game. But he had to just kind of put that out of his mind real quick.
Yeah.
And where did he admit that? On the Max and Vince podcast that comes out on Wednesdays on LAFC.
Look at that.
Imagine getting to have that conversation.
Look how invested he is.
Yeah, like a
With Mark.
debriefing with him.
And look.
J Mac Daddy.
With a big smile. I'm just going to say right now, I love this team.
Yeah.
I just love it. Everything about the team, the guys.
How does it
in the
compare to
locker
other
room.
years of the team, though? Like, what is it about this team?
There's been chapters, right? There's been chapters. There's been the inaugural chapter. There's been the 2019 best of the best chapter. Then there was the 2020 chapter.
I like the best of the best chapter.
I will say it was.
Yeah.
Then the chapter that shall be forgotten in 2020. And then now, and I'd say this is actually the happy chapter.
Right.
I don't know how to describe it. Look, the competitiveness is there, and this team is an all-star worthy team.
Yeah.
But there's a certain level of joy that radiates off of not just all the players, but the coaching staff, the fans themselves, and I don't know how to describe it.
It starts with Steve Trundle, I think.
Right?
It's just a different vibe. It's just his personality.
Right on cue.
Yeah,
Cuts to shout at Steve.
Well, I have a little bug in his ear. But no, I mean, he
You keep talking.
has a calmness. You're going to eat. Well, Connor eats. But for those of you that maybe don't pay as close attention to all the training videos, or maybe you haven't been watching In Touch with Steve Trundle, which you should. It comes out on YouTube every Thursday on LAFC's YouTube. It's myself asking Steve Trundle a couple of soccer questions, but then a lot of just fun personality questions. But Steve's general vibe is exactly what you see. Like he's just always kind of even keeled. He's very, you know what he does? Before we're there on Tuesdays, he comes out every Tuesday morning before training, shakes everybody in our crew's hand, not just my hand, goes all the way down to the PA, shakes her hand, says, hello, how are you? Doing good this weekend? Did you have a good weekend? How was your morning? And there's just a pleasantness. Like they get down and they get to work. I've definitely heard him get angry with the guys during training, but it's like, this is what we do. Come to work every day with a smile. And it just, there's a looseness about it. Whereas I feel like you said, in 2020, 2021, it started to feel like everyone was just gripping a little bit tighter.
And you have to have that environment, right? In a successful franchise.
Sometimes you need to crack the whip.
You have to crack the whip, but there's a healthy medium, right? You need players to want to come to work every day. You need players to want to come to play every single day. And I think Steve Trundle has done an amazing job so far. For all the haters out there coming into the season,
they've gone quiet.
They have, but I think their concerns were reasonable. This is coming off a very poor season, and this was a head coach with not any Major League Soccer experience.
That's Walker's second that should be a yellow.
Yeah.
He won't.
But I will say, let this be a lesson that not everything is black and white, especially in terms of hiring coaches, hiring even players, right? Sometimes there's more to it, right?
Everything is a calculated risk. It really is. You bring in Giorgio Chiellini, you bring in Gareth Bale, and we're very happy to have them, but there's no telling that it's absolutely going to work. But when you look at the contracts that they were brought in on TAM, you go, that's a risk we're willing to take.
Very
absolutely.
Big risk.
We will add that in a second. And to the point of, even if it doesn't work out maybe absolutely 100% the way you hoped it would, you're still going to get a lot of excess value off of them talking to young players.
Yep.
We've already seen Giorgio coming off the bench and immediately talking about how the game's going, this and that. I'm sure he had plenty of words at halftime. Maxime Crepeau, when I spoke with him at that event at Party Beer Co., he said at halftime of the Galaxy game, Giorgio was going to players and going like, hey, maybe you can do this. Could you get closer here? Can you do this? Even in the Dallas game, the first day there, he went down to halftime and was like, hey, I think you, with what you do, you can do this or you can do this. Like just little tips, not too much, not overloading the guys, but it was like, it made them feel good because one, it made them understand that Giorgio, one, is paying attention to everyone. And two, like Ilie said, and now I'm mixing people up, but Ilie and Maxime said, the instructions that they got from Giorgio were like almost the exact same instructions they would get from Steve.
Wow,
so they're all on the same page.
Yeah. So, as we're getting to around the 65th minute, we're all going to be hoping that a certain Gareth Bale might come in. We're getting close to my predictions. On top of that, we're going to be doing some Gareth Bale trivia very, very soon.
For another 110 football prize pack?
For another 110 football prize pack. So I'm hoping within the next 2 minutes, Gareth Bale comes on.
And you can do the trivia while he's on the field.
Yes, and two, we don't score until then.
Actually, no. I want them to score while you're doing the trivia again. And I think it's time for you to go.
Okay, let's go. Get some Gareth Bale trivia. Let's hope he comes on at the 67th minute.
He's going to come into the game. He's going to go over to the other side of the bar. He does not need that microphone. He can leave that there. Peace out, Connor. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the official LAFC watch party at Rock and Reilly's at USC Village. It's presented by Heineken. We are doing a simulcast. It's on LAFC's YouTube channel as well as 110 Football's YouTube channel. And Connor has just got up because we're going to do some Bale trivia because we thought that this might be around the time in the match that he might be showing up. So we're going to have two contestants here from the bar that are here at the watch party. They are going to have 5 trivia questions. It's Price is Right rules. So they're questions about stats. So basically, they got to get closest without going over. Best out of 5 wins a 110 football prize pack. Okay? So let's go to Connor right now. I think he's got our 2 contestants. There he is.
All right, so we are here for another edition of 110 Football Trivia. It's going to be about Gareth Bale. So how this game works is best 3 out of 5, Price is Right style. So the person closest to the answer wins, but if you go over the answer, you lose. Okay? So the first question is, how many UEFA Champions League titles has Gareth Bale won? All right, let's see your answers. 5. It's a tie. What happens now? Push. Pardon? Push. Wait, push. Wait. We're not gonna count that. Push. Okay. How many La Liga titles did he win with Real Madrid?
How many what?
La Liga titles did Gareth Bale win with Real Madrid?
Oh, damn.
Answer. You ready to down? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. 2, 1, 7. It's 3. It's only 1, 3, so 1 point. There you go. All right, third question. How many goals has Gareth Bale scored with Real Madrid? All right, let's see your answers. 106 on the dot. Wow, 1-1. Okay. So, how many international appearances has he made for Wales? International caps.
Oh my God.
Let's see your answers. The answer is 106. So now what is that? 2-1? 2-1. All right, so this is match point. There you go. All right, last question. Bale led Wales to a World Cup berth for the first time in how many years? Long story short, when was the last time?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
And it's fitting that Gareth Bale will be coming in just a few moments.
No.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let's go. 5, 4, 3. All right. How many? Wait. Oh, how many years?
Yeah, that's a lot of years.
How many years is that? I thought you said 1 year. Wait, pick a number. Real quick. You're gonna say 45. What are you gonna say? 25. The answer is 64. 64 years, so it's 2-2. Now, as a tiebreaker, I'm gonna ask you one question about Giorgio Chiellini. Okay? So the answer is, how many international appearances does Giorgio Chiellini have for Italy? International caps. This is for the win. International caps. 10, 9, 8, 7. All right, let's see your answers for the win. 230. It is 106, meaning you win because you went over Price is Right style. There you go. Thank you guys so much. You win the 110 football prize pack. Sure. Everyone next time. Back to you, Vince, for Gareth Bale's debut.
It is back to me. And as Connor has said, Gareth Bale is going to be coming on momentarily. So that's going to be a big moment in LAFC history, MLS history. Let's be fair. Congratulations to the winner. We had to go to sudden death for that one. That was good. Very good. I think people are starting to understand how you can kind of game the system with the Price is Right rules, but that was a lot of fun. We got to give out another 110 football prize pack.
All right, so just to clarify, I said 106 appearances for Chiellini. I meant 117.
Either way.
He still would have won. That's fun. I like trivia.
I think you're back just in time.
Right, just in time. It's happening.
Oh, I said 72nd minute. I was so close. It's the 71st
No.
minute.
Wait.
No, I think it's when I don't know. I don't know if it's when he actually steps on the field.
This is technically the 72nd minute.
We'll have to see what the official score says. Oh, he's coming in for cheat show. Interesting. Okay.
This is technically the 72nd minute.
Right.
It's after.
Technically, I don't know. I don't know if it's when it's initiated or when he comes on the field.
40 seconds.
Ilie coming off for
Latif.
is an interesting change to the dynamic.
Gareth Bale is coming on the field for LAFC.
There he is. Look how tall he is compared to Blessing. That would be, if I was sitting next to Bale, I'd be about that short too. Gareth Bale! We're trying to start the chant.
Oh, yeah. There he is, Gareth Bale on the field in an LAFC jersey. What a sight for the 20 minutes.
Everyone's excited.
All right, look, maybe the timing will be off, but if he scores for LAFC.
You'll hit. Your timing was pretty close.
They are. Gareth Bale.
You cheated.
That's okay. He's over there. No one can hear me from here. Love to see it.
Well, LAFC's content team's here filming some content. They need to give you a fist bump for that. Got that going.
Oh my God. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah, Gareth Bale's on the field.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, that's missed time. Oh, now there's a yellow card. That's fair, but
I don't get how Walker doesn't have one yet.
he should have a yellow. We had 2 bad fouls. All right, well, this is a moment they have to defend. That's the one thing you want to be weary of. Like, obviously we all want to see Gareth Bale, but like the team was working pretty well until you made the changes.
They were, but that's not a change that I think.
It still changes the dynamic. It doesn't matter. It's when you make a change, the dynamic moves a little bit. You have guys that aren't quite in the same places. By the way, they're now figuring out who's going to have to mark who. This is a big moment because the marking assignments have changed. Ilie obviously is no longer on Sapong because he's not in the game.
Yeah, and you can't have Latif mark Sapong.
I would hope not.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Good spot. Could go to goal. Yeah, he had it covered the whole time.
Yeah.
Glamour dive. That was for the cameras, baby. He's like, here, honey, I'll make you look like it was closer than it was.
J. David Wallace. Gareth freaking Bear. Garrett.
Bear. Probably typo. I hope he does.
Moment for the
Jacob, I hope he does
folks.
tear it up. I said, look, I think it's a historic moment in MLS, not just for LAFC. This is for all the league. This is incredible.
Because this is a player who could have easily moved to another top team in Europe, right? And this is one of, I'd say, along with Insigne and a lot of these players, this is MLS 3.0 now.
Look, he wants to be competitive, but he also picked, at this point in his career, he wanted a little bit of quality of life.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Are you kidding me? You're kidding me! I love you, Carlos.
Don't do it right back.
You're no Gareth.
Yeah. Hey, that's not.
Of course not. Gareth wants a goal. Look at him. He's hungry.
Exactly.
When was the last time you saw Gareth Bale this hungry?
Playing for Wales.
Yeah. Oh my Jesus.
It's fine. I like him being active.
Can I just look?
That back heel?
Obviously, that
Look at
wasn't
you going?
like
Look at you
the
excited?
best play ever.
Yeah.
What the heck?
It was fancy.
It was fancy and it was fun. That's something you want to see from him coming right off the bench, right?
Of course.
And the fact that it worked too, right? It wasn't just.
That's key point. We love flicks, tricks,
but
step
it gets
overs,
annoying.
but you need to make it work.
Wow. My heart skipped a beat when he did that.
He's dangerous on set pieces. I would love to see him get involved in this set piece. God, what if they win a free kick? Who takes it?
Garrett, you have to give it to Garrett.
In the chat.
Yeah.
LAFC wins a free
So
kick. It's someone in the middle,
Kellen,
so it could be left or right-footed. Who takes it?
Kellen, Carlos, Bale.
Chicho can hit a free kick. He's not in anymore, but I'm just saying that's going to be times when he's on the pitch.
Who else can hit one?
Sifu can hit one.
Murray wants to hit one.
Murray's like the pal driver, like hit it from 40 yards just on a straight line.
LFC's had a pretty good history with free kicks.
Yeah, we've had some guys that had some good.
I will say we've had a very, very small sample size, and of course I'm going to talk about Gareth Bale a lot right now, but I haven't seen him lose possession once. Every time the ball's been at his feet.
No, he's active. He's definitely playing that false nine role where he's not relying on just staying near the center backs. He wants to get, and this might also be because he wants to get a few touches on the ball, wants to get his legs under him. But look, every time the ball is in and around him, he's looking for it.
Similar to Carlos Vela, he's one of those players, those once in a generation players where they get the ball at their feet and it's like glue to them, right? They have this physique and this unnatural way of playing soccer where it's just like unhuman sometimes, right?
Yeah, well, and it's interesting, they're both left-footed. They have that left foot that, like, they can do anything with it. Power, swerve, passing. Like, their left foot, they used to say his left foot's so good he could open a can with it, as a can opener.
Yeah.
He literally probably could.
Literally probably could. With his toes. Just to tease a little bit, in the 80th minute, we're going to be joined by Gabby, the GM of Rock and Reilly's here in USC Village, and ask a little bit about this venue. So look forward to that.
Yeah, it's a great place to come to, even
we've been here
off
twice.
LAFC days. We've been here twice. It's very easy to get to, and again, it's a cool pub. It's big, but also feels like
homey, right?
Homey.
It's also air conditioned, which is nice, especially on a day like this.
It's summertime.
Oh, Sean Davis is in.
Yeah, Sean Davis and Teal Bunbury came in. Bunbury for Real, Davis for Dax McCarty.
Who do you think is the bigger substitute? Bunbury or Gareth Bale?
Nothing against Teal Bunbury and his history of soccer. His father played.
Yeah,
in ASL. But I'm going to say Gareth Bale.
Yeah, I think Gareth just gets the edge.
I will say Teal Bunbury, though, cool name.
Yeah, very cool name.
Right? Like you're named after a color.
I wish I was a Bunbury.
Or a teal.
Teal
Colopsis.
Yeah, strong. Teal La Rosa.
Yeah. That might be my stage name.
Teal La Rosa.
And that's as blue as we will get on this show. Because we don't have Max Bredos with us this time. Is this a free kick in and around the area? No.
I wish. God, if we can just get one free kick. And I don't even care if he skies it. I just want the anticipation.
I just want to watch it. Yeah, does he hit the knuckleball? Him and Cristiano kind of were like the perfecters of that knuckleball shot. Does he curl it?
Not Walker Zimmerman locking down Gareth Bale in Major League Soccer.
It's a different animal.
Which he may be doing the same thing.
First game of the World Cup is against
Get
Wales.
out of your ref. That is not
a foul.
Way a foul.
I don't like Drew Fisher. I never have.
His haircut's weird too.
I don't like.
Sorry, that was too personal.
I don't like many though. What is our game clock? Is at 79, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And yes, I can count.
I'm just happy that we're gonna have 10 more minutes of Gareth Bale football.
Mm-hmm.
Look, that's a great challenge.
Yeah,
by Kelly.
Wow, that is. I don't know if you could find a cleaner challenge.
No.
Hawkinson coming in for Sapong. Interesting change of dynamic. Oh, and Akeloba is going to come in. Okay. Been kind of a flop. Player they spent about $9 million on.
All right. So Gabby is here with us.
I'm going to move out. I'm going to take my earpiece out. And I'm going to move out, and Connor is going to take over with Gabby.
I'm Connor. Gabby. So we are here with Gabby, the GM of Rock and Reilly's here at USC Village. How long have you been here?
Since we opened in 2018.
2018, just before the pandemic.
Right.
What do you like about the atmosphere at Rock and Reilly's?
You know what? The kids. Actually, the USC students.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it makes it.
So we're here
exciting.
for an LAFC game, but what is the atmosphere like on non-game days compared to game days?
It's a completely different vibe.
Okay.
Completely, but it's
Completely
excitement.
different. In
yeah.
a good way or a bad way?
On the good way.
In a good way? Describe it for me.
Like the energy, the noise, the excitement. It makes it good. It makes it exciting.
But we encourage people here watching the live stream to also come here during non-game days. What's the atmosphere like on non-game days?
Great.
Great?
Yes, great. Great. It's
So I'm here enjoying a very good, I think it's a Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
I have to ask you, so this is my second time being here. I had the fish and chips last time,
That's my favorite.
which were like huge.
Yes,
They
they
were
are.
huge.
Yes.
What would be your go-to order here at Rock Reilly?
Fish and chips or the chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles. Okay.
Mhm, chicken
I
and
feel like maybe,
waffles.
so I've had the fish and chips. I've had the chicken sandwich.
Yes.
Next time I'll have to try the chicken.
You're gonna love it. They're so delicious, and it's
Okay.
a good portion as well.
So, are there any other events you guys host here at Rock Reilly's other than LAFC watch parties, or just being open?
Just mostly college sports, and we do trivia.
Okay,
So-
trivia.
Yeah, comedy nights.
We actually did some LAFC trivia with some fans earlier for our live stream, so maybe we'll have to incorporate some of that in your trivia.
Yes,
next
definitely.
time.
Yeah.
If you had to tell the viewers one thing about Rock Reilly's to get them to come here, what would it be?
I'll say that it's an exciting place. You're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be fun. Come and join us and fight on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Gabby.
you.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
And guys, come to Rock Reilly's, not just for the 110 football watch parties, but Sunday day of the week, good food, good people, good location. It's great. And Vince is back.
I'm back.
I'm kidding. We love you, Vince. What's happened in the game so far?
Well,
that
it's
was
2-1, and it's time to kill off this game.
With a goal?
Yeah, with a goal would be nice.
Ibiaga's coming in for, I believe, Escobar. I think Escobar picked up an injury.
Yeah,
After a
Escobar
foul.
looks like he's struggling a little bit, and Tajori Shroudy's probably coming in for Mahala. So 83rd minute, or actually now 84th minute, you guys are watching the official LFC watch party here at Rock and Reilly's USC Village, presented by Heineken. Some subs coming in here. It's 2-1 LAFC. Gareth Bale has come into the game. Giorgio Chiellini got his first start. So many milestones in this game, but right now I'm literally terrified of the next 10 minutes. So you're gonna probably
I'm
do it
not
for 10
terrified.
minutes.
I'm excited.
You
I
are.
see LAFC
Okay.
seeing out the match by scoring.
I'm
a
just
goal.
seeing these little fouls that maybe aren't fouls starting to get called in and around the box, and it's giving them this inkling of the door being open.
Sure. I just want to give out a shout out to Ismail Tajori Shradi coming back from an injury. He's one of the players that I'd say is near the bottom of the pecking order in terms of our attacking depth, right? Reasonably so.
Well, I think because he's been injured.
Because he's been injured, but with the addition of
because
Gareth
talent.
Bale
Yeah.
and with
Right.
Chicho and Brian and Carlos.
He was a player everyone was really excited about, and then obviously he hits that goal against Sporting KC, which easily is in the top 5 goals all time for LAFC. I mean, that goal was something
I'd say
special.
in
That's a foul.
top 2 for the season for an MLS.
Oh yeah, it should already be is one of them slotted in as a goal of the year contender.
So I'm very happy to see him not just coming back from an injury, but him partner Gareth Bale on the
Well, it
top
goes
of the
back to
field.
our depth. I mean, you only have depth if the guys are healthy, right? And LAFC had that little. It was about a month where there was a lot of guys picking up injuries in a short period of time.
Yeah.
So now it's nice to see them all coming back, coupled with Gareth Bale and Giorgio Chiellini. You got to hope that Escobar just had a little discomfort, though, because he's another one where, him and Brian Rodriguez, you want them to get a run of games where there's just not many starting and stopping. Oh, and Eddie Segura actually went to right
you
back.
draw that foul.
We're there.
Hey,
So
Eddie got a
Eddie
shot.
stepped in front of Gareth to grab that and then hit a shot. You would probably want that to be the other way around.
Of course, but this tends to happen with a lot of big players coming to Major League Soccer. I watched the Charlotte versus Inter Miami game,
Mhm.
and a player like Gonzalo Higuain, every single error in which his teammates made, he was visibly frustrated and yelled at them.
Yeah, you really can't
I'm saying
have
if Gonzalo Higuain is in Bale's shoes and Eddie steps in front of him and takes a shot like
Screaming.
that, he'd be screaming. Gareth Bale's running back to his position.
And
like nothing.
I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is a big deal for like those players.
That's a huge deal because a player like Gareth Bale's caliber, the notion and the stereotype that these big players are coming in retirement league, they're wanting to score on the goals. I'd say Ibrahimovic is another example of that. LAFC is very particular in the type of players across the board that comes into the locker room, right? It's got to be the right fit, the right profile, the right personality. And Gareth Bale fits that criteria.
Right. Yeah, we've already seen it. Both guys since they've arrived here have been supremely humble, and it's just been amazing to watch because, like you said, you never know. And look, these guys have to have a little bit of an ego.
In a way, they have the right to be cocky, right? They're phenomenal.
They carry themselves on the pitch in certain ways. I love seeing Eddie Segura get up the line as a right back. I know, but it's interesting.
Because you never see him in a situation like that.
You don't. But it just goes to show you, we've talked about this in other broadcasts, functional players that can play different positions.
Come on, Gareth. Play Gareth.
Izzy. Everyone just wants Gareth to shoot it. We're just hearing shoot it.
Yeah, reasonably so.
Yeah.
Look at the Nashville fans clapping at Bale.
Right? I know. What do you think it's like? Okay, you're there. You're at Geodis Park. You're so happy that Nashville has a soccer team. It's a fun atmosphere. It's a fun day.
I'm asking my GM to sign a Gareth Bale.
Yeah, but I mean, in that moment, are you like, oh man, do I cheer?
That's not a foul. What is this ref, man?
Wow. Okay.
It's just absurd.
I like the calmness when they win the second ball or win that first ball back to just kind of look for someone. That was an emphasis of Steve. He said, in that Galaxy game, too many times we won the ball and we immediately gave it back. He's like, we got to find times to be smart, to tactically be better. Yeah, J.W. Wallace, Carlos aggression. Yeah, Carlos getting on the ball and going, I can drive it forward now.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Carlos is going to be a different player now, and I think it's going to be good.
So if you guys are just joining us at the very tail end of the game, we are here at Rock and Reilly's in USC Village for the LAFC official watch party.
Presented by Heineken.
It took me a while to get through that for some reason.
Yeah.
But we're live on
like
What's at Football on LAFC's YouTube channel.
It's like Gareth Bale just got you.
Yeah, he's got me starstruck,
got a little shook.
I will say, for you guys watching, I will not be here for the next LAFC game, which is against Seattle. Not going to be here.
But am I supposed to be happy or sad?
You're not supposed to feel anything.
Oh.
I am just saying that I am very devastated as an LAFC fan.
When you should say that. In my many years on this planet, I no longer do feel anything. I'm a vessel.
Do you want to talk about it?
Maybe off camera. No, I'm kidding.
Are you?
I'll tell you what, I felt something when Gareth Bale came in the game.
Good. I felt a lot of things.
I wanted to just put my mic down and just go stand in front of the TV and just watch, just smile, stare at the TV.
Look at the Chiellini face.
Well played.
Very well played.
I'll give them that. That's pretty funny.
It's funny. Yeah, that's the fun banter that you like.
I enjoy that kind of banter. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. That's fun.
Yeah. All right. Almost in stoppage time.
How much stoppage time do you think?
They're going to put 4 minutes again.
Yeah, I think 4 too. But it can't be more than 4. So they really got to kill this off. LAFC's got to be smart.
You don't want them to score an equalizer in this fashion.
Look at 4 guys in the box.
Ooh.
There you go.
Great
Now you're out. Find a safe place.
Relax.
Izzy.
Don't force anything. No, he's got the
Izzy. Ooh. Okay, it's fine. Into the corner. It'll kill more time.
I say you should have played Latif.
Yeah, but here when the pass, it's like when he plays that pass and it is just a bit off, because it goes to the corner, you can kill more time. Whereas if it goes down the middle, the keeper has it, you're going right back the other way. So
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Wow.
For what?
For what? Someone clip that and make it a GIF. For what?
For what? Okay. Yeah.
Oh, 4 minutes.
4 minutes. So you got a GIF out of me for nothing.
No, I swear I heard Redo say it. I mean, if you get a win in Nashville, look, it may have not been the prettiest. That one penalty shouldn't have been given
look,
up.
You give up a penalty right before half, and to have that composure and presence of mind to score 45 seconds into the second half, that is a great mentality win. But it will only count if they get the win. They get the draw here, it's going to be like back to square one. It's going to feel like it's just a wash. Don't need to press there. Just drop back, stay compact, try to block crosses. They're going to send men. They're just going to look for second balls like this.
You know what I would love to see? Hypothetically, if Bale scores, instead of doing his trademark heart celebration, do the Chicho celebration.
Oh. Yeah, but he wouldn't do that.
No,
You're not gonna take that away from his buddy.
No, you're not taking away with it. You're celebrating.
Right.
I like Walker. Oh, is that? He's number 26. Atkinson. Why is he so confused? What's going on? This was dangerous, but like also not. I don't know how to describe that play. Sorry, I meant the next Seattle home game. Are we playing away in Kansas first?
Saturday we are away, supporting Kansas City. And the watch party will be at Tacos Way in Canoga Park. But Friday,
I was alluding to
next week on Friday will be a home game, and yes,
which will be Bale's first home match.
And you'll miss the sporting game as well.
Yeah.
So I'll have a different partner in crime with me for the next watch party. I don't know. It might be somebody that's here.
Celebrity.
Oh, celebrity would be cool. Maybe Will Ferrell.
Come on, guys.
Will Ferrell? No? Okay. You're just not even going to answer my question. All right, about a minute and a half to kill off here.
Is it bad that I feel disappointed that Bale hasn't gotten like a clear opportunity on goal? I know, like I want to be happy that we're going to get the win. I just would have at least wanted to see him rip one shot.
Of course, but you know what? We will have plenty of opportunities to see.
We're going to have a whole season.
Yes, he's in it for the long haul, as he has said. This is not about the next 6 months.
This is a direct quote for the long haul.
This is about 12, 18, maybe 24 months. He wants to be here for the long haul. He said specifically the Euros, which aren't until 2024.
Wow.
So there you go. Win that header.
How old would it be? Like 39 then?
Kill off the game. Sorry, I'm not even paying attention to you anymore. I just want the game. Okay. I just want to kill off the game.
That's how my life is usually.
Not true.
At work.
Get it to Gareth. Go in the corner.
Give it to Gareth. Just give it to Gareth.
I don't
God's sake.
Like that because it just opens you up for this.
Clear it. Hit that as hard as you can, Maxine. Woo! That's a cheap shot from Carlos.
What else is he gonna do there? At least he didn't low bridge him.
We are
all right. This is it. All hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
That means all you in the chat. All hands on deck. Everyone get in position. Let's go.
This is it.
Yeah, it's another 10 yards back. Nice try there, Willis.
Blow the whistle.
This has got to be it. If they clear this, it's over.
Yeah, and the ref knows that. But the ref wants to give Nashville a goal. Oh,
I don't love it.
There's too many players there.
Just clear it, Dizzy. That's it.
Whatever that was. I will say, very dangerous way to see out the match, but you did it. You got the job done.
A couple days from now, none of us will remember exactly how that ended. All we'll remember is 3 points in Nashville. Another road win. I think that's the 5th road win of the season.
Another win, period.
Right. By the way, top of the table, baby. Back to the top of the table with a game in hand. We are now 1 point ahead of Austin at the top of the sport. There it is on the KCOP. 42 points with a game in hand. Everyone's starting to do the sha-la-la here, but they're trying. There we go.
I'll drink to that.
Diet Coke.
Nice Diet Coke. There we go. Woo! I actually love seeing Sporting Kansas City on the bottom of the table.
Yeah. Why?
It's just really funny.
Okay.
They're not a team I hate, but one of those teams where I'm like, at the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
Bet you wish you still had Ilie now.
So we do this bit here on One Side Football.
We are now in the post game. LAFC has won 2-1.
It's in our feelings. So usually we have 3 different emojis, but we can just act them out, I guess. How are you feeling, Vince?
Kind of relieved. How do you do like relieving?
Is that your?
That was a tense. I would say Bale comes in.
This guy, the strong arm emoji.
Yeah.
We grinded it out. Got 3 points in Nashville.
I think that's safe to say.
Right.
It was a grind. I mean, I think at times each team controlled the match in different ways. Bale comes in. I think he gave us a little bit of a push, but also, like I said, they kind of had to figure out how now all the pieces fit together. Chiellini comes out, and the defense has to stagger themselves a little bit. But hey, on the road at Geodis Park, on the road dealing with a soft pen.
This couldn't have been, I think, a better game for Chiellini and Vela to be introduced.
Right.
I think it was perfect. The amount of time in which they were on the field, the amount of touches on the ball that they got, I just think it was the perfect introduction to those 2 players to get more playing time in Kansas, and then eventually to both start against Seattle at home.
Stickity Wicket says Chicho is the hottest player in MLS.
Are you talking like in terms of form?
Both.
Okay.
All of it.
All.
He's not. I mean, six goals in the last 7 games.
That's the definition of on fire.
With Gareth Bale coming in, with Jory Shroudy now back in the fold, like Chicho he's killing it, man.
He's killing it. So let's transition into stock up. We'll throw a little graphic down here once we start talking about it. But what is your stock up, if anything?
I'm going to go Giorgio Chiellini.
Okay.
I had faith that he would be a contributor. That he would be steady, but in his first start, there's always that little bit of weariness because he didn't get any minutes really at all. Or no, he didn't have any minutes at all. This is his debut, first start, so you're just a little bit of tenseness where you're like, it could go either way. But I think, honestly, from kickoff, he got on the ball. He started dictating the buildup. He was directing his partner and Jesus David Murillo.
Yep.
There was just a calmness to it. So I will say, even though, because he's just starting from a baseline of here, stock straight up. Like right. you just feel really comfortable with him in this side already.
Yeah. My stock up. You know, it's weird. I have this feeling. I don't want to say nothing, but what I'm gonna say is that we are already on such a high of how well this team is playing, and for us to just be continuing that, I don't know if anyone's just like gone up. Everyone's already playing at such a high level.
Right, it's hard to choose.
I'm gonna say Eddie Segura, back from injury, getting some more minutes. He played on the right side, got a lot of touches on the ball today.
Yep, versatile. He played a little center back and on the right.
Yeah, so just for that, I'll give it to him. But I'm
up Steve. I think Steve definitely said some things at halftime that helped.
But I have to be honest in saying, like, I don't know if there's too much that is a start up from where we already were.
Right. Yeah, it's like I could say, Sifu had the game-winning goal, but he had a brace.
He had a brace against the Galaxy, right?
Yeah, a brace against the Galaxy and was part of the 3rd goal. So obviously he's already starting up at a high level.
Chicho's already hot.
Maybe the mentality.
I agree. Coming off of the penalty after at the tail end of the first half, and for us to just come back swinging in the second half was really good. And that's a mentality in which you don't really see too much from LAFC. What do you think?
It's true. Well, at least not in the last 2 seasons, right? This is kind of a new thing. I think we feel a lot more resolute. And we talked a lot about how Steve Trundle's personality rubs off on the players. His even-keeledness. And I would say this, it's not just Steve, though. It's the guys that John Thornton and Will Kuntz brought in the offseason, because you got a lot of veteran presence who don't get too high, don't get too low. They just know, look, goal, we still have 45 minutes to get it back. Guys, it's going to be okay. We can't think about that now. We just got to move forward. And you've got guys now just pushing the team forward with consistent performances. I think the floor of this team is so much higher than it was in the past. And the ceiling, I don't think we really quite know exactly where the ceiling is. Like, we're still winning games.
Well, and that's such a great place to be, where you're already doing so good, and you just don't know even where it remotely is. It's only up from here, right?
Yeah. I love people. Everyone's got to be feeling this in the chat. Still can't believe we had Chiellini and Bale. I know, and they both played in this game and on the road. I mean, you're welcome, Nashville.
Yeah.
Not that they needed help selling out their stadium.
Oh, yeah.
But all those people are walking away going, man, my team lost, but we got to see Gareth Bale with Giorgio Chiellini.
Now transitioning into stock down.
This is going to be even harder. What would be stock down? Maybe for me, if I'm nitpicking, the set piece defending was a little rough.
I would disagree with that in saying, not disagree, but go one step farther. Giving up too many set pieces in very stupid areas.
Yeah.
Trying to prevent that contact just one step further.
Yeah, and some of it was LAFC. Some of it definitely was a little bit of a referee, Drew Fisher.
But those are goals. The penalty in which Nashville scored could have been prevented from the get-go, as well as a lot of those last 20-minute chances for Nashville coming off of almost exclusively set pieces.
Yeah, even the Dax McCarty chances from a set piece, the one that he whipped on. I can't think of a moment where we were really totally scared.
No.
What's funny is Nashville, they're such a counterattacking team. Stockdown is letting Nashville believe that they were still in this match. Fair. But yeah, they didn't counterattack quite the way that you thought they would have. Look, Giorgio Chiellini is quicker than you think for a guy that's about to turn 38. Murray is pretty quick in recovery speed, but they didn't really go at us with speed. Instead, they were more than willing to just go out wide and try to play crosses. You're going to play crosses against Murray and Chiellini?
But this is off of a Galaxy game as well that wasn't.
By the way, they're showing the replay of the first goal, the Chicho goal, which all credit to Chicho. He did a lot of the heavy lifting. But the move gets started with Giorgio playing out the back. I told you guys, his passing is underrated. He can move the ball quickly, and that's what gets LAFC in a good area quickly. That's what allows Ryan Hollingshead to be as high up the pitch as he was to play that ball to Chicho. So there's a lot to like. But I still have to say, I do not feel like we've played our best yet.
No, we have not.
Still have not played our best. I think the Dallas game was a very, very good game. I felt like that was as close as we've gotten, but still not our best.
I think that's the closest we've gotten with the roster in which we had at the time. Now with the addition of Gareth Bale and Chiellini, there's even a higher ceiling now in which we still have to kind of test those waters.
It's MLS Cup or bust.
It's MLS Cup or bust.
It really is.
And not just we're not the only ones who know that, right? Yeah. Everyone around the league knows that as well.
Everyone around the league, but I would say these guys in the locker room, even before Chiellini and Bale, that's the
LAFC mentality.
Yeah,
and that's been the expectation since day one.
Yeah,
right?
It always was. These guys are never happy. The way that 2019 season ended, I've talked to so many different guys that were like, I can't believe it. Yeah. We were easily the best team. We showed that we were the best team when we beat the Galaxy in that playoff match, and then we came out with the start that we had against Seattle, and we were just gassed. We couldn't quite get it over the line. So that lingers with guys like Carlos Vela, Latif Blessing, even Jordan Harvey, who's now on the coaching staff. Yeah. That still lingers with them because they unfinished business. And then they thought they could pick it right up in 2020, but there's the pandemic. Everything gets short-circuited. It's tough. But Gerardo, you're right. Trophies. It's all about trophies. First up is the Supporter Shield, which right now we're back at top of. And then after that, MLS Cup. And then from there, we go back into that competition we all really want to win, CCL.
And do you know what's just as good as trophies?
What?
LAFC 360.
Oh, why?
Because we'll have another episode of LAFC 360 this Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, where we will deep dive into this match, not just the debuts of Chiellini and Gareth Bale, but everything top to bottom, Nashville versus LAFC. And then following that is Angels Wear Boots at 4 p.m. Pacific time to talk all things Angel Cities with our lovely, lovely panel.
Yeah. So if you'd like to watch along, we have a lot of fun here. We give a little bit of analysis. 360 is kind of a flip. A lot of analysis, a little bit of fun. We go a lot deeper. That's why we keep our post games pretty short, because we just give you some light topics to think about. And then join us back at LAFC 360, where Connor and I, along with some guests, will expand much wider on what just happened.
So make sure you subscribe to 110 Football's YouTube channel and click that little bell to make sure you are on time at 1 p.m. on Monday.
Subscribe to both. We're simulcasting on LAFC's YouTube channel as well. Subscribe to both. There's going to be lots of Gareth Bale content, Chiellini content on both our channel and on LAFC.
And so what's next week, then?
Next week is another watch party. Ooh. We will be back. I will be back. Unfortunately, my partner in crime will be gone. But next week, we will be at Tacos Way in Canoga Park for the Sporting Kansas City match. Myself and a special guest, I'm hoping, Will Ferrell. Probably not. Hey, but it will be someone special. We'll have some more guests, like we had Mark Borgandino on just after halftime. Maybe some other people will join us. But if you can be there in person, please join us. It's a lot of fun. And there's prizes that are given away by the LAFC Street Team, as well as Scarf is there a lot of times. from the Defenders of the Bank, and we have some trivia and some 110 football swag that you can win.
So thank you guys so much for joining us virtually. Thank everyone here for coming to the LAFC official watch party here at Rock and Reilly's, and thank you Rock and Reilly's for hosting it.
Thank you Rock and Reilly's. Thank you for Heineken for hosting all these watch parties. These are a lot of fun, and the food is delicious. Connor's gonna finish off his Nashville hot chicken now.
And guys, come to the next one. It's gonna be great. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you very, very soon. I'm Connor Colopsis.
I'm Vince LaRosa.
And you're watching. No, that was so cheesy. Love you.